Yep. That was practiced. Hey, everybody.
We're back.
We
I hope
are.
we're live here on Facebook and YouTube for all your
We better be.
pleasures.
I don't know if we're going to be or not.
We are. We're totally live. I'm looking at it right now.
We've been
Welcome to the world.
pretty successful lately with this whole connection.
I think we've
thing.
just been pretty successful at life.
Well, there's an argument to be had there, but yeah, I'm going to go along with it.
Yeah, sorry we missed last week. That was due to harvest pressures.
Yep, a lot of pressure in your groin from harvest, right?
Yeah, but then it rained and
It did this
I
week,
was
but
going to finish planting. I did finish planting.
you did do that, yeah, a while ago.
I was going to finish
was
harvesting
proud of you.
soybeans
Proud of you for that.
today, but I could not get going until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's amazing how dry it was for like the quantity of rain we got.
We didn't get
To
that
just,
much
like,
rain. I
go
only
away.
got 4/10.
Oh man, we had like an inch and a half at the lock,
No, not here.
poured, but it literally has made no effect to the river,
No.
none.
And in fact, the
It's
river is like
insane.
shut down. It's kind of a problem.
Well, the Illinois River's not.
No, the Mississippi River.
It's not shut down either. It is down by like Louisiana, but it's not due to an actual drought. The channel is kept the same.
Well, they can't get any barges through because it's too shallow.
It's the channel
It's 40 feet below the normal level or whatever they said.
down by Louisiana. Yes,
Yeah, well, that's a
everything
problem.
above there is fine.
Yeah, well, that's a problem for people whose grain are going to Louisiana.
Yeah, that does suck. It does suck.
So why are you saying it's not a problem?
It's not a problem up here. Commodities running just fine.
Except
said-
that they go to Louisiana. They go
Not
to
all
New
of it.
Orleans.
Not every bit of it.
Most of it.
Some.
But anyway, no. So I didn't get done. I got 25 acres of soybeans left. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
You did a lot today, then.
Not really.
I mean, for not starting until really
I
late.
got 40 acres done, and then they got tough.
Huh.
Tomorrow I'm switching to corn.
It just surprised
I'm
me
gonna
that
leave
people
those
could even
25
run.
acres of beans for the birds.
Yeah, let it rot.
Let it ride.
Yeah. What's it gonna do? What's it got for you?
So we got here in time to do our podcast. Just
Finally.
right on time.
You know what else has been going on, Chris? Is that we are in the midst, right in the middle, in the heat of it for Sober October. Our, not drinking
Well, speaking
weight
of that,
loss thing.
David just commented, the Bears are playing. No one cares. The Bears are terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody watches them.
If you think Justin Fields is the future of the franchise,
Well, that's silly. That's silly.
the Bears, they're maybe the two most uninteresting teams in the NFL are playing tonight.
Yeah, the Bears and the Commanders.
The Commanders.
Nobody cares about any of that. This Thursday night football game.
And I'm a Bears fan. Don't get me wrong.
Of course, we're both Bears fans. I'll watch the Bears on a Sunday when it's convenient for me.
Right.
But
But
if
this
I
year,
have-
I'm not going out of my way.
No, if I have anything
No
else
Devin
going
Hester, no Chris
on.
Hartford.
Right. Yeah, ever since Devin Hester's been gone, I won't watch him.
No Smokin' Jay, not interested.
Yeah. He's a great guy.
I like him. I like his podcast.
I know. He's got a great podcast.
He's
and
got a great TikTok.
they got a phenomenal TikTok account.
He is.
Who's the guy with him? Is he a comedian that's on the account with him, or is it like a family member? Because they look similar. But they, like, hunt
I thought it was like
together?
a sports announcer dude.
And then they like drink together. Looks like a beautiful
I
relationship.
watched a
you know?
compilation of him spitting out IPAs, and it
Yeah.
was wonderful.
It's great. He hates IPAs.
And then I
Can't do it.
saw him on a podcast with Urlacher's got a podcast.
Does he?
And
Everybody
somebody
does.
else is with him, and it was great. He was just basically bashing. It was very political, but
It was?
it was what you thought it would be.
I would not think it would be political at
No,
all.
I mean what they were saying.
Oh, I fully understand that. I know what it would be, but I just didn't think it'd go political at all.
Anyway, it's a lot of fun listening to him.
We got one other comment that said Bears game is terrible.
There you go.
Yeah,
Then stop.
we
watching
know.
it. Don't watch it.
We're not. I haven't even seen an ounce of it, and I knew it was terrible.
Well, first of all, who are the Thursday night announcers?
Don't care. Wait, isn't that when Peyton Manning and Eli have their thing on ESPN where they talk about the games?
I thought it was Amazon that had it.
Amazon does hold it, but I thought ESPN has like a Peyton and Eli show.
Thursday Night Football is Al Michaels and Joe Buck. Wait, no, that's not right.
That's not right. That's Monday night. That's got to be Monday.
I have no idea. David, let me know who the announcers are. You can mute them because they're probably terrible.
They're
because
bad.
If it's not Chris Collinsworth, I don't need to.
I'll announce the game for you from here.
Yeah.
Or
we won't.
3 and out. Bears are done. Goes to the Commanders. Commanders 3 and out. Goes to the Bears. There you go. There's the game.
All I can tell you for sure is that it's not Jeff Joniak.
Yeah, I'm positive.
So,
yeah. Touchdown Bears. He's great. Yeah. I like Jeff Joniak a lot.
That's ESPN Mondays. Adam, who does Thursday night? Who is Thursday night?
Right. Adam, we've been asking the question for like an hour and you haven't responded. Thank you.
I think it's Al Michaels. It is Al Michaels.
Okay.
And Kirk
Douglas.
Herbstreit. He's the color
Herbert
analyst.
Hoover?
And Kaylee Hartung.
Wait. Herbie Hancock.
I believe it's Al Michaels, but I'm not sure. I don't mind.
I like Al Michaels. He is he's the forever announcer. He's been around since when? Like the 80s? Whew.
Probably the 70s.
Long time.
Probably since the formation of the NFL.
He's like the centennial announcer. Just always present, Speaking
of foosball.
Okay.
Not at all, but we have our own contest of sorts.
Can I talk about Sober October like I was going to first?
Yeah. Well, I don't.
You cut into me about football because David commented. And
have we talked about Sober October on the podcast before?
Yeah, we did. We announced it, and I just wanted to do like a weekly catch up on like how we're doing, how you're feeling. Yeah, an update. People want to know. People want to know. They do it on Joe Rogan. They talk about it all the time. They just had a big podcast about it. It was absolutely hilarious.
Oh,
with Bert Kreischer.
This probably isn't going to be as good.
No, it won't be anywhere because we don't have the same dynamic as them. Like, we're not actually physically working out whatsoever. You and David are in your isolated little caves and don't care about anything. I'm doing. You're just meandering.
I set up a clean, station in one of my bins.
A clean,
yeah, cleans.
The lift of cleans. Yeah, okay.
But the ones where you go up at the top, power cleans.
Is that I don't know lifts.
You don't?
Do I look like a guy that knows powerlifting or any sort of lifting of weights?
Okay, so here's how it's going. Sober October, the sober part, great.
Honestly, wonderful. It's honestly been wonderful.
Yeah. That's really all we're doing though.
Really, I mean, I want to lose weight.
Loss challenge
aspect.
I forgot.
Percentage wise,
I haven't lost any weight.
That's not possible.
I may have gained weight.
How is that possible?
Because I'm eating complete garbage.
Oh, well, then you don't take it seriously.
I mean, I'm trying to take it seriously, but I mean, I am only in so much control.
Not really. You just don't eat. You're actually in 100% of control
Here's the thing.
of what you eat.
I really haven't been eating that much, at all. I've been eating 2 meals a day.
Okay.
And they're not the best food you could be eating. A lot of prepackaged.
Yeah.
Shit you shouldn't be eating probably.
Yeah,
but,
I get it. But
I mean, it's not like I'm eating 5,000 calories a day, but I don't know.
I don't get it.
I actually don't know. I haven't weighed myself, so
yeah,
I could be down.
So I haven't weighed myself in the last couple of days, but I'm already down 4 pounds. And for me, in what are we at? 2.5 weeks since the first? Well, no, right at 2 weeks today, right?
Yeah.
Or tomorrow will be. That's pretty good. That's been a pretty solid 2 pounds a week thing for me, and I feel like that's good. I was honestly this is the longest I haven't drank in probably over a year.
Really?
Oh yeah, what is this? It's 14 days. Yeah, definitely. Even just having one beer here and there, or 2 beers, something very minuscule that you wouldn't think of. That wasn't a big deal to me to have one a day or something like that. But having nothing at all, yeah, this is probably the longest I've ever been.
So what are we going to do in November? Because I want to keep on trucking.
I don't know.
I like the idea of you can drink, but you can only drink a maximum of 2 drinks, and they have to be crafted cocktails.
Right, but you have to limit the ounces because I could make a 32-ounce crafted cocktail.
Yes, it can't be more than what is a normal glass? 8 ounces? 12?
What's a normal highball?
Yeah, it's probably 8. I would assume.
Yeah. Well, Those little glasses are probably 6 ounces, aren't they?
How many ounces is a high ball glass? Let's find out. An old-fashioned, for example, is 6 to 8 ounces. A double is 12 to 14 ounces. A highball is 10 to 16 ounces.
I don't feel like I've ever gotten 8 ounces of an old fashioned.
Well, they got that huge ice cube in there.
I know, that's what I mean. There's no way you're getting 8 to 10 ounces of an old fashioned anywhere you go. Now, if you make it at home, sure. Not in a restaurant.
I will say the limit on the size of the drink is 12 ounces, which is a beer
I know, but as a crafted cocktail, holy smokes.
with ice.
Me, I could get smoked on 24 ounces of whiskey.
That would be like 5 shots of that would be like 10 shots of whiskey. Right?
That's a lot. 12, yeah. Like one shot is usually an ounce and a half, isn't it?
Wait, 8 ounces. Because 12 is a double, so a cocktail is 8 ounces, 6 to 8 ounces.
Yeah, all right. I'm just going to
A
pour
low ball.
We're going to go on the low ball side of this, but I'm just going to pour 100% straight grain alcohol into a cup.
Adam has an idea, but it's not one that I'm going to do.
Yeah, I said that a couple weeks ago, actually, when we were bringing up the exact same topic. But, yeah, I don't know. Seaton Top's not going to answer how he's feeling because he's apparently
He's
watching a
the
Bears game.
We're going to watch the Bears.
I'm a bear. Brr.
You can't just
That's what he
watch
says.
the Bears
Yeah.
on mute.
Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can. Any normal human being, he's so obsessed. It's obsession. It's like a sick obsession he has with
The
Bears football. Come on, bro.
I mean, if I was at home
Get
right now,
over
I
it.
would probably be watching it.
I wouldn't be.
And I
You know what I'd be doing right now? Playing PGA Tour golf. Yeah. I've been obsessed with it as of late.
You have mentioned that.
Just last night was the only time. It's only been 2 days, but it's been fun.
But we do have to make a
Yeah, we have a Snarf announcements.
nice. We finally picked some winners for the Snarf Talk Coloring Contest 2022.
Sure, it was neglected.
Sure, we were supposed to do it 3 months ago.
Do we feel bad? No. Life gets in the way.
Honestly,
This is what happens.
I don't feel bad because we really barely got any submissions.
There was a poor turnout this year.
Poor
Poor
turnout.
turnout. Now, on the kids' side of things, I think it was a relatively good turnout.
Yeah, we had some submissions from India.
Yeah.
We had 2 submissions from India, some from I don't know where that other one was from.
Somewhere in the States, I believe.
Yeah, stateside.
Yeah.
And we weighted them all fairly, and there were some close contests.
It was a very close contest for the adult side.
The adult side was close, but we can announce that the winner, and we'll post their
Yeah, we'll post
picture
them.
on Facebook like sometime.
I can
tomorrow.
do it tomorrow.
The winner for the adult category, which was 12 and older, which is going to win a $50 Amazon gift card, is
Ruthie Steffes.
Ruthie Steffes.
14-year-old Ruthie Steffes. Congratulations.
Woo! 14 years old and likes to get.
Yes. Hang on. I'm pretty sure we have. There we go.
That's perfect.
What a great applause. Oh, not that. That's good enough.
It was super close. There was another submission from a person named Lisa.
Lisa. It was very good. We
Really
love the
good.
color.
I liked the coloring aspect to it, and I actually do like the abstractness and the multicolors. So that's what grabbed me. Normally, that's what I would go for.
Right.
The only reason I did it in this case, and I also like that when there's a background.
Yeah.
I mean, I would prefer a more detailed background, but I do like a background. But ultimately, we decided to go with what we would consider more true to form
Coloring. And the detail in the armor.
Detail
like
work
they
in
took
the armor, yeah.
Ruthie took time to detail out the armor and put shadowing in it in different places. And I don't know, it was really good. We liked it a lot. But Lisa had a great entry. Now, when it comes to the abstract color and stuff, we went that route for the kids entry.
Yeah, and obviously we got a lot of that with the kids stuff. The kids one was also very close, but we ended up picking June McDonald.
June McDonald has won the children's. Oh no, go this way. It's a roaring applause from the crowd for June.
4 years old.
Yeah, a 4-year-old won this, and she does a phenomenal job. Like we said, we'll post it on our Facebook and Instagram coming up, hopefully tomorrow.
And she won because, honestly, and there were some others that were maybe more detailed.
Yeah.
That I had to give credit for. So great job on those. We just couldn't get past how awesome that it was that she made Jerry's glasses 3D.
They're 3D glasses, blue and red.
Yeah.
And it's the first thing I noticed. I was like, oh my gosh, I've got
You're just
3D
kind of drawn
glasses.
to it. I will say, you know, some of the other ones had some more detail work, especially on the goat and everything.
Yep.
But for a 4-year-old, it was pretty phenomenal, and I liked the
It was good.
fantastical nature of it.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. And next year,
Hopefully
we'll be
there's
doing
not
it
any-
all again.
We hope there's not going to be any sort of family feud there between sisters on who won.
In
Listen.
both cases.
Fair and square here, okay? Yeah,
Hey-
in both
hey-o,
cases.
Dirk. Hey-o.
But no, it was very fun. We will be doing it again next year as long as we can get a picture with.
I'm to tell you what,
Art
though, we're
of
probably
E.
going to have to ratchet down the prizes if we're not going to get more submissions.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that
$50 Amazon gift card for Ruthie and a $20 what card?
one, Dollar General.
I think that'd be good.
That's because she can go. She lives right
She
there.
lives right there. She can go across and go to Dollar General on her own.
She
You
can
would,
walk by herself
Right.
across a state
of course, you
highway
would send June across 47 to go to Dollar General. It's not
and
a
get
big
candy.
deal. Yeah,
And they got the $1 candy. That's a lot of candy.
they got $1 candy.
Yeah,
like big.
$1 bags of candy.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I don't pay attention to candy. I'm so fit now. I don't pay attention to that stuff.
jacked.
I'm so jacked and fit. I can't waste my time with candy. Right?
Totally.
Seriously.
So that's our Snarf Talk coloring contest. I do have
It is.
another, just a little bit of a, I guess it's a spring stretcher, if you will.
Oh.
Not serious spring stretcher, but it's a little bit. So me and Jerry had the notion in our minds to do a
We had
Snarf
a-
Talk road trip.
We had a notion?
Yeah, we were going to do a Snarf Talk road trip. We tried to get tickets to
Yeah.
the long-awaited
It
reunion of Blink 182.
they just announced it like
They had
3
been
days ago.
Broken up for years now.
Yeah.
They released a new album, and they're going on a world tour, and they're going to the United Center, which I didn't know this. Did you know it's the largest indoor arena in the United States?
I did. I knew it was the largest basketball arena.
They're obviously not counting domed football stadiums because the one
Must
that
not be.
the Cowboys is in is way bigger. It's like 100,000, right?
Well, the Bulls Stadium is like 98,000 people.
No,
96,000.
It's like 30.
No, it's not. It's like a lot.
No,
Is it
it's-
30? That's it? That
Yeah.
doesn't seem that big.
United Center capacity.
I'm gonna say-
23,500.
Wow, that's small.
It's the largest arena.
I know. We literally just had this conversation at work about the largest basketball arenas, and I looked it up, and I did see that the United Center was the biggest in the NBA.
In the largest arena in the United States. That's what it says.
Interesting.
So they must have a designation between stadium and arena.
Right.
I don't know what it is, but
I believe just the name. I don't know. There is
so I
something.
could say we have the largest gobbledygook
We do.
in the world.
Oh, have you ever seen a gobbledygook this big?
Dirk said, I'm so fit, he eats a jar of dried beef. Oh, as he eats a jar of dried beef. Listen, Dirk, you're in luck because we have a surprise for later in the show. We are going to be doing on-air food reviews that involve canned meat.
We got some canned things that we're going to be eating here later for you guys. I'm going to review it. Obviously, we're going to have to rank them from favorite, best to least best.
Okay, for the rest of my story, because Adam said I thought Jerry got tickets. So we tried to get tickets to this, and it was terrible timing. It's the first week of May.
Yeah, it's
I'm busy. We're all busy, but
May 6th.
it would be awesome. Was a huge Blink-182 fan. Continue to be. I like all their new albums too, and I wanted to see them get back together,
Yeah.
relive old glory days.
Yes.
So Jerry got in
I was in the queue.
the queue like 20 minutes before, He was all nervous. He was
Oh,
sweating.
man, I was
He was
sweating.
literally texting me how nervous he was.
I was just everything hinged on me getting these seats, you know. I didn't realize that they were going to cut down the limit of what you can and can't get in this queue. They didn't have very many seats available to me because they show you the map.
Too.
Yeah, it's a pre-sale, and they show you a map of the arena, and then it's just little dots on the map of what you can and can't pick. And they had like 2 seats here, 2 seats over here, 3 seats here.
Maybe it'll be cheaper when it's not pre-sale.
So that's what I assume. So during this pre-sale, the tickets like in the 100 section were over $500. The tickets in the 200 section were all well over $300. The tickets in the $300 section, all the way at the top, were,
which is a terrible place to watch a concert.
Yeah, you're just looking straight down at them. But it was the lowest one I saw was like $280, but there was only 2 seats next to each other. So you'd have to get 2 more seats at a different price somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
And no,
as
soon as I saw that,
anything under $200 a ticket, obviously, if we can get them together.
I thought for a pre-sale we would be able to do that. I thought it would be available that way.
I was assuming they'd be like what? I mean, honestly, I was assuming they'd be like $75. But then when I went on and saw that they were like, because you had went on before.
I went into a different website.
Vivid Seats, and they had them for like $150. I don't even understand how that works.
I don't either. And then, so they were wildly expensive. But the general admission sale, like to the general public, doesn't start until Monday. It was 5 days later. So all of this pre-sale stuff is whatever. I'm going to try again on Monday, see what the general sale is for tickets. Because there's no way. Well, maybe there is. Maybe there's a market for them in our age group. Like there's so many people in our age group that are going to go for any price.
Well, that's the thing. Their target market is our age.
That can afford things.
I mean, that's the reality of it. But I don't really care. I mean, I'm not going to spend $300 to go see them. I've seen them 3 or 4 times already. You know?
I've never seen them. I want to see them really bad. I'm not going to drop $300.
We can go to Vegas next summer. I think it's
March.
In the summer. Is it in March?
The one that I just texted you about that podcast thing?
No. There is a concert in Vegas. Okay, hold on.
Oh yeah, oh shoot,
it's
when
in
we were
October.
young or something.
Yes.
Tour, is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah, they're all there. It's all in one day. There's no way you're going to be able to see all them bands in one day.
It is Green Day and Blink-182 are the headliners. The Offspring, Good Charlotte.
I would go to this.
Rise Against. I can't even see them all. There's so many. It's like MXPX is there, who I love. Let me get that picture.
You can fly there and get a ticket for less than seeing Blink-182
I know,
in Chicago.
That's what's crazy. Okay, it's Green Day, Blink-182, 30 Seconds to Mars. Nah. The Offspring, Good Charlotte, Rise Against.
You don't want to see the Joker sing a song, do you?
Yellow Card, MXPX, Sum 41, Simple Plan. I mean, come on.
Oh,
Newfound Glory.
Yeah.
Love them. I want to go to this.
Let's
They're
go.
going to do it again next year. Oh, this is October 21st, 2023.
Okay. So we can go in March for our...
Oh, that's another thing. We're going on a Snarf Talk road trip,
Yeah.
probably. We haven't figured out the details. To the podcast convention.
Yeah, it's called... I had it up here. Actually, I got rid of it. But it's called Podcast Movement. And they have them... There's Podcast Movement in like New York and one in Florida that's relatively expensive. But then I found this one in Las Vegas. It's pretty cheap for a ticket to go there, a general admission ticket that you can go as like a newbie podcaster. But it's like
where is it in Florida? Because
the one in Orlando, I think it's in Orlando, but it's very expensive.
when?
I'd have to look it back up.
Because I'm going to Orlando.
I don't know when, but the tickets are like thousands of dollars.
Really?
Yeah,
It doesn't make any sense.
I understand that, and that's why I quit looking at it.
All right. Well, anyway, so Blink-182, disappointment.
Yeah, complete disappointment on their pre-sale. To me, I don't know. A lot of people got tickets. When I first got in the queue, it said 2,000 plus people ahead of you. I was like, what the heck? I thought I would be like the first person in here because I got in so early. Not so. But it actually went really quick. I was done in like 12 minutes. And that's when I realized my life had been ruined by Blink-182.
Who was opening for him?
There's like 2 bands with them. Don't remember who it is. I'd have to look it up.
When I saw them
It's
in
not worth-
Tinley Park, it was Green Day and Blink-182 the second time.
Well, that's amazing.
And the opening band was Alkaline Trio, who I also love.
I would
And
watch
then,
that.
When Tom DeLonge, when they broke up and Tom DeLonge quit the band,
Well, he had to go look for aliens.
the lead singer of Alkaline Trio is the guy who took his place. Do you know that?
No.
Yeah, he actually recorded their new, not this album, but the previous album. It was him. It was Blink-182 official band members was that dude, Mark
Really?
Hoppus, and Travis Barker. Yeah.
I did not know that. That doesn't seem right to me. They should have put it
They
like...
need that Tom DeLonge whiny voice.
Yeah, they should have put it Blink-182.5.
Do you remember when he did his side project called Angels and Airwaves?
Yes. Angels and Airwaves were good.
It's pretty good.
I liked that.
It wasn't as good as Blink-182, but it was
Well,
pretty good.
no.
And then Mark Hoppus did a side project with another band. I can't remember what it was. He had another band, though, after they broke up. And Travis Barker, he's in lots of different bands, but
He's in everything.
he had an awesome band called the Transplants that I used to
remember
listen
the
to all
Transplants.
the time. I love the Transplants. It was the lead singer from Rancid.
In the
And then-
Transplants?
Yeah, and then Travis Barker was the drummer.
And Lance Bass was in it too, right?
Oh, yeah, Lance Bass was in it.
He was,
Yep.
yeah.
Wearing an astronaut uniform.
Right, he was the backup
Lance
singer.
Bass Space Camp.
I think he really did have a space
He
camp,
did have a
right?
space
I
camp,
thought
yeah.
so.
But that should have been a band.
Like
should
he
have had
went
a
to
band.
space, right?
I think so, yeah.
He was launched into space on his own just in a suit, right?
What was he in, the Backstreet Boys or the NSYNC
In sync.
or 98 Degrees?
No, in sync.
He was in sync.
Him and JT, Joey Fatone,
Joey Fatone.
and then that other
He's
guy.
on Tell 'em Steve Dave all the time.
Yeah, Joey Fatone's a cool guy.
He's like good buddies with Q.
And he's got into like a lot of hosting different random shows. Like, I'm pretty sure he had a show on Game Show Network that was something nonsensical.
Who's the other guy in NSYNC?
I don't
I was
remember.
never an NSYNC fan.
He was like the weird kind of guy.
AJ or something?
No, AJ McLean. He was a Backstreet Boy.
Oh, see, I don't even know.
Come on.
Chris Kirkpatrick, Joey Fatone,
It was
JC Chazaz, Lance Bass, and Justin Timberlake.
Wait, JC.
Yeah.
I don't remember a JC. And why is his last name Chazes?
Chazaz.
Come on, man. Like when you make it to Hollywood or like
Chazaz?
that's what it is. Why don't you like change your name?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
The whole boy band phenomenon is really odd.
I wish it came back.
It is back. That's K-pop.
Well, K-pop doesn't count.
That's what they are.
I
What
get
about
it.
the
But
one with the Harry Styles dude?
it's just him now.
But it was a thing.
Was that One Republic or something? Or you
Wait,
could get
was it?
you could get blue jeans from him and hear a song.
Wasn't One Republic like a Rasta band?
No, One Republic. Oh, I was thinking of a clothing store.
I think it might have been that too, but it was definitely a band.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Or
it was
One Direction.
One Direction. Yeah, One
what I was
Republic is
thinking.
an American pop rock band.
Oh yeah,
One
I like their
Republic,
stuff.
Most famous song.
Ooh, I love you. I know that
That's
I
Savage
need you.
Garden.
I know.
Ooh, I like to find out. I've got to find out.
Get it. Give me it.
One Republic, Apologize. May have been the song that you're thinking of.
Apologies.
It doesn't matter. Let's move
No,
on.
it doesn't matter at all.
I don't know what time this is, but I think we should start our reviews unless you got some news
Yeah, I got just a couple things.
Well,
just
let's do 'em.
two things to talk about.
during the reviews. We'll talk about them as we review.
Oh, we could do that because I got to snap open all these Slim Jims.
One at a time. So let's show everybody what we're doing, all the different flavors.
Okay, so obviously you got to start out with the original.
Canned meats is what we're doing today.
It's the sausages, canned sausages.
But they're
okay?
meat, though.
It is a
So
type
what
of
I'm saying
meat,
is not incorrect.
but it's sausages.
Okay.
You know, it literally says Vienna sausage. So this is the original Vienna sausage. Then of course you got to have the barbecue flavor.
You got to hold that a little
They've got just a wild one, jalapeno.
jalapeno snassage.
Never seen that one before, so I'm excited about that. And then, of course, we have the old hot and spicy.
Gotta have it.
One more of the Armor.
Wild card.
Armor flavor is smoked
Oh, sorry. The next
sausages.
one's the wild card.
Yeah, the wild card's coming up. Last one. So, as I said, that's smoked. The whole reason I grabbed this next can, it was right next to this, to the Armor style. And this is also a smoked sausage, but it's a Prairie Belt. Look at that. Look at that guy. Well, if you're watching the video, you're going to see a young boy on the can as the face of the Prairie Belt sausage world.
Yeah. What is the Prairie Belt? We're in it, right?
I mean, he's dead inside.
That's like something from Nightmare.
I don't know why you put this kid on the cover of this smoked sausage label, but I guess it's not any different than Wendy.
No, it kind of
Or
looks
the host,
similar.
or the hostess girl,
Or
you
the
know?
Pillsbury
or no,
Doughboy.
little Debbie.
Yeah.
She's a thing.
Yeah.
Why do they do that?
Did you notice that Aunt Jemima is no longer a thing?
Gone.
Now it's
It's
just,
not even called
it
that.
It has a weird name. It's like
It's like country.
no, it's like something mill. It's like the old pressing mill.
It's like
It's the worst name
it's
for
like
syrup ever.
the Grinding Mill Syrup Company, the Clubhouse Mill, the old mill out back.
It is the worst name ever.
Where
It's
you
the
get your syrup.
Oh, it's Pearl Milling Company.
Pearl Milling Company.
What?
Nothing about pearls.
Why?
Like,
Why would you make it the worst name ever? Why not just make it a good name?
right, like syrup. Right?
Or like if they have a problem with Aunt Jemima, could it be like Mother Jemima?
It could be mother.
What was wrong with Jemima? Aunt
It was
Jemima?
racist. It was
Was it?
all racist.
How?
I don't know how.
How is that racist?
Exactly. Good question. I don't think it was. A lot of other people do. They took it off the bottle.
But I just can't understand or wrap my head around what is racist about Aunt Jemima. It's a name of somebody's aunt.
I think they had it. They
Is
were
it the
saying it was
name?
like
Is like Jemima a racist name?
They were saying that the picture of her and just the name in general was like had slave connotations.
But it
to
wasn't. It was from like the 1920s.
Listen. Quit attacking
And the
me
family
over this.
of the
I
Aunt-
didn't
the
remove her
Aunt Jemima
picture.
lady
Want
was
her back on there?
super pissed.
I know. It is absolutely ridiculous.
Did they
I've-
change Uncle Ben's too?
I've actually seen. I think they did.
What? That's a mainstay. What
I-
about the Zatarans guy?
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone too?
Yeah, Black Magic took him away.
Okay, so you can't
Because-
be black as a spokesperson for anything?
That is another thing. This is
That seems racist to me.
And you know who's still on their package? The Quaker Oats guy. Why is he there?
I don't know.
So what you've effectively done is take people of color completely out of all of the aisles on every marketing
Right, it
thing
makes no
at all,
sense.
and they're completely gone. And then you get to see the Quaker Oats guy still there. You know what Quakers did? Oh my gosh! Don't even
What?
get me started
What
on
did Quakers
Quakers.
do?
Don't even get me started on Quakers, Chris. Oh,
Okay, this is saying they're racist myths of happy black servitude. Their mascots were intended to let white consumers indulge in a fantasy of enslaved peoples. I don't think that's true.
listen, I didn't buy syrup to be happy about slavery.
It never even crossed my mind one time.
You know what did cross my mind? Slathering them old waffles in a bunch of
and
homogenized
honestly,
syrup.
as ridiculous as this sounds, there was kind of like a good feeling when you reached for Aunt Jemima.
It was
Like,
comforting.
it's comforting.
Yes. I'm not
You're
joking.
like, that's my Aunt Jemima.
People literally
And I'm
kept.
more of a log cabin guy myself.
Oh, I'm not a log cabin. What about Mrs. Buttersworth?
Is that racist?
I don't know if it is or not, but have you had that?
I'm not in a a long time. I'm sure
Man.
I've had it.
If you want some
is
serious fake syrup that
is the
tastes like
bottle
butter,
a lady?
yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And have you ever seen I think it's in Toy Story where she moves around?
You know, I don't think I've personally bought syrup since DNS
Oh.
Foods existed.
Oh my gosh, I've bought a lot of syrup in my day. I think I just did last weekend.
I like the sugar-free log cabin or sugar-free
You know what I don't buy?
Smuckers.
No, you know what I don't buy?
What?
The Pearl Milling Company.
Well, we do.
I don't buy it.
It's very.
I got into a really big kick when I felt rich. When I felt like really rich, I bought actual maple syrup, like in glass
like a
jars.
glass jar.
Yeah.
I don't like it as much.
Oh my God, I love it.
I mean, I like
It
it
is
too.
so good.
I mean, I don't dislike it, but I'm just saying I kind of like the thick, fake.
I know.
Corn
I get
syrup
it.
version.
That's also comforting. That's like a nostalgia thing that from your childhood that
It's
you
the
love.
thickness that's great about it. It's got a thickening agent.
Yeah, that's
Whereas
what people like
maple-
about me.
the
The
thickness.
thickness.
The maple syrup is too runny. Like the
It
real
is.
maple syrup.
It is, especially when you warm it up. But I love it. I love that flavor of real maple
What
syrup.
about a boysenberry?
I don't want flavored syrups.
No, I don't really either.
I'm not a flavored syrup guy. But the real stuff. But then I realized like it's not worth it to pay that much more money for real syrup.
It's just not really. It's just not something that I eat anymore.
I know, and I don't really either. That's the thing.
And I'm like, if I'm gonna eat syrup on something, it's pretty much waffles is my only go-to.
Yeah.
I'm not a big pancake guy.
I don't like pancakes at home as much as I do at a restaurant.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that.
What do they do in a restaurant that makes the pancakes better?
Don't know. I mean, I make a good pancake, but not as good as
I put so much love into my pancakes. I thought they'd be good.
I use that
They're not as
Kodiak,
good.
Kodiak
The protein stuff,
protein
huh?
stuff. It's good, but it's not any better for you.
No, there's a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah.
Still.
Well, I don't know if there's sugar in it, but
Oh yeah, there's sugar in it. Have you ever seen like the pre-made Kodiak cups?
no, I just make it.
No, I know, but have you seen those pre-made Kodiak stuff?
No,
You can buy them in a.
like a shaker.
No, it's in like a cup, like how you can buy oatmeal in a cup, and it's sealed. You can buy those for pancakes, and then you open it up, just add some water, put it in the microwave, and you've got like a pancake in a cup. Kodiak started that, and I used to buy those all the time. They are wonderful, but it is not good for you.
So Marley started buying this stuff called mush. Have you seen that?
Mush?
Yeah,
No.
it's ready to eat, like cold rolled oats mixed with like yogurt.
Steel cut oats?
I'm not really sure.
I've never heard of cold rolled.
You eat it cold, and it's like oatmeal mixed with fruits already in a cup, and you eat it cold, but it's like a slurry.
I don't want that.
It's not.
I don't
It
want
is not
any
good.
of that.
I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10.
Is that the marketing for it? They're like, look, we're gonna sell you mush. It's a slurry of.
I mean, their
of
website is
fruit and-
eatmush.com. Ready to eat oats made with clean ingredients to give you natural energy.
It doesn't sound good.
Dairy free, gluten free.
Does she enjoy it,
Apparently, I don't know. I don't think they're good at all.
or is this like a?
But they have different
forced-
flavors. They have coffee, coconut, blueberry, apple
sounds
cinnamon, dark chocolate, honey nut, peanut butter, vanilla bean. Now I kind of want to try these.
I mean,
other
they all
flavors,
sound good.
but they're not.
I mean, I can say flavors and it can sound good. It doesn't mean any of it is. I don't want a liquidy mush.
Oh, Mark Cuban owns it.
Was
It's
this a Shark Tank
company.
thing?
Yeah, it is. It's a Shark Tank company.
I was gonna say. I like thick oatmeal.
You like a good thick oat?
If I'm gonna have an oat, it's
Give
gonna
me
be
some
a thick one.
oats. I bet you Dirk has some input on thick oats.
He said baking soda. What was that about? And he
Uh,
said it was canned in the 60s. What was canned in the 60s?
Those meats. That was from a long time ago. The
Oh,
baking soda,
no, yeah. The Prairie Belt was probably canned in the 60s.
The baking soda, I don't know if he's talking about how to make the pancakes better. I think everybody wanted to see that. Mandy said, Hank says you're making him hungry. Listen, he's going to be hungry when we start eating these smoked sausages.
How about you
Let's go.
let him eat,
Yeah, feed the
Andy?
kid.
I mean,
Feed
what
your
are you
child.
keeping food from him?
It's
Would you like a little
8:47 at
plate?
night.
Would you like a little?
Yeah,
plate?
give me a little.
You're gonna need a plate, and I got a fork for
Give
you
me
as
a
well.
fork, and you can just pass the cans, and we'll stab one out there with the fork. These aren't real runny, right?
Well, there's liquid in them, but the sausage itself is not runny. No.
Okay.
Um,
Obviously,
okay.
the sausage isn't runny, because that would be very disturbing.
This is the first can, and we're gonna go the original.
By the way, guys, we have the best food tasting in the world that we're going to do next week, so you do not want to.
We really do. Okay, hang on.
Which one is this first? Tell everybody.
It's the original Vienna sausage. Just Oh, they're like stuck
They're
together.
hard to get out. Give me one. Now your greasy finger touched it. All right.
Yes, my fingers are just generally greasy for no reason.
I want to hold this.
The color is just amazing on them.
It looks like bologna in a tube.
Very pale. Here we go. Bottoms up. I mean, they don't get any better every time I taste them.
It's not great.
It's not great. You know, it's not. It does have a hint of like a bologna, but bad bologna.
It's a mealy bologna. A mealy bologna.
That's the answer right there. Mealy. I never thought about that.
A mealy mouthed little bologna.
What a mealy bologna.
Could I eat a whole can of them? Absolutely.
Would
I want to?
We're gonna have to. I'm not gonna open these, and we're not gonna finish. We're gonna finish all of them after.
We're gonna eat all of that potted meat.
Yeah. After the show, we're just gonna sit here and eat the rest of them.
You're gonna founder on potted meat.
Yeah. So what do you want to try next? You want to go hot? You want to go? Oh, I know what we're gonna do. Barbecue.
Barbacoa. Let's do it. So what we're gonna rate? Let's rate that.
Yeah, we'll
original.
Rate it.
What's 10 being?
I mean, 10 would be absolutely perfect.
Like a
you would
ribeye
want
steak?
Yes.
Okay, 10's a ribeye steak?
Yeah, let's say
or
that.
is 10 like the best sausage you could have?
No, that's what it is. The best sausage you could have.
Or like the best food imaginable?
No.
Okay.
You wouldn't be able to rate that. That's too wide of a scale.
Only canned sausages or any sausage?
Oh my gosh, you're getting too deep into this. Just sausage in general, I
Okay,
guess.
I'm gonna give that like a 4.2.
That's literally what I was going to say.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not joking. It really caught me off guard when he said it because I was like, oh, well, that was my score. I'll give it a 4-1 then.
It's not good.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4-1.
What could you put it in, though? That's my only question. Like, could you do something with it to make it...
Pull that off.
Stop stabbing them so deeply.
I have to with the first one to get them out because they're like stuck together.
This one looks exactly the same, but with a light dusting of some sort of barbacoa.
It's got a little coat of something on it. We'll see how the barbecue tastes, I guess.
It smells
here.
way better.
It smells really good.
It does smell good.
You would think, being packed in a sauce like it is, I'll show you guys. I mean, it's in a bit of a sauce, you know. They're covered in it. You'd think it'd have more flavor.
It's significantly better, though.
Oh, than the regular one? Yeah.
But, I mean, whatever that sauce is, even though it's, I
So
agree,
light.
very mild
It's
and light. It tastes like SpaghettiOs sauce
But with smoke.
with a little a liquid smoke to it.
Yeah.
So it's just enough to cut the mealiness of the meat.
So it changes the texture.
It changes the texture.
Yeah.
So the texture is way more creamy on that. I liked it. I would eat a can of that
I don't know if I'd eat a can of
Like,
it.
I would
think
bring
I'd
one
eat it. I guess I could.
in the combine with me.
You can tomorrow. You can finish that one.
You might have just called my bluff.
Why can't you just take that with you?
No,
There's a fridge right behind you. I'll set them in the fridge. Take them with you.
6'5".
Oh, wow. That's a jump.
Yeah,
That is a jump.
that's a joke.
Whoa. I ain't going to jump it that high. I was going to go like a
I
5-1.
don't know. I thought that was pretty enjoyable.
I jumped up 1 whole point. Okay, that's a big jump.
Okay.
You went 2.5 points. What was that about?
Dirk says, and lots of butter from the stash on the counter. Ooh la la.
Give me that butter on the counter. You can't put it in the fridge.
That counter butter.
You can't put it in the fridge. It gets too hard.
Which one are you doing now?
Oh my gosh, I did the hot and spicy. And look at this thick sauce. Look at that snot sauce on top.
Thick. Looks like Heinz beans.
This bitch got thick. Oh, it is. It's like gelatinous almost. Oh, I like this. Oh, I like your thick sauce.
The smell isn't
That
pleasant.
smell,
though.
that smells so bad. As soon as
The
that
smell is not pleasant.
that caught me way off guard. See, all these poverty meats, like they all smell like cat food.
It does smell like cat food.
I'm telling.
This has a more pungent odor than the rest.
It is strong, and it doesn't smell like vinegar.
Tastes like vinegar.
That's it, though.
Like a weak Frank's.
That's still mealy to me.
It's not as mealy. It's not good.
I know. I knew that one.
The barbecue's way better. That has it's like a watered down Frank's Red Hot.
It is.
But
It's just
n-
there's
not
no
enough.
flavor to it.
No flavor.
It is vinegary. You get the vinegar out of it. Well, okay, great.
If I was in Vienna's Armoire company, I would just
Armoire.
use Frank's Red Hot or something.
Why
you know?
don't they? But they gotta keep it cheap. If you're gonna buy something like that, that's
How
probably
much
too
does
expensive.
that cost?
This
Mhm.
98 cents.
That's cheap.
I know.
Where is this meat coming from?
Cats.
Lips and assholes, right?
Yeah. It's
Lips and
cat
assholes.
paw.
All right, give us another one.
Okay, now we gotta go. This one I'm excited about.
Soylent Green is people.
Jalapeno.
Jalapeno.
I'm excited about the jalapeno.
Ay, ay, ay.
Hi-ya!
That's probably racist.
No. Oh, that was on there.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Oh, that's not a good reaction.
There's just like a tint of green in here.
Mm,
It don't look.
this isn't going to be good.
Uh-huh. Oh, I dripped it on the computador. You know what? I'm gonna drink some of this juice.
That's terrible. Why? Okay.
Anything for a like.
Smelling this, it smells no different than the original.
No.
I don't taste any difference.
What a waste. There's a hint.
Mhm.
Oh. It's spicier than the hot and spicy. I actually felt a tad bit of spice.
Comes at you from behind. We never ranked the hot and spicy.
Oh, we didn't.
4-6.
I was gonna go 4-8.
The jalapeno does have a little. There's some residual.
I'd go. Yeah. So I went 4-1,
4-2.
5-1,
6-2.
and 4-8, 4-6 is what you said.
Okay.
There's more heat to this. To be honest, that juice has so much more flavor than the meat does.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 4-7.
I would do. Oh, I went 4-8 on the hot and spicy.
The aftertaste.
I'd go 5.
Like it's not bad though. Like the aftertaste.
I'd go 5 just because of the aftertaste.
Okay. I'm
Because
gonna stick with
I like
5.
that better than the hot and spicy because of the aftershock. That's what I call it, aftershock.
Living in the aftershock.
Okay, this is the
All new.
last Armoire.
And by the way, guys, we came up with this because Jerry's been doing this on TikTok, on our TikTok at Snarf, or just Snarf Talk Podcast.
Yeah, that's Snarf Talk.
And I always get mad because I want to do it too.
Yeah,
I don't get mad, but I want to do it as well. I want to taste ridiculous things.
it's so fun.
It is so fun.
It really is really fun.
And I'm really into
Potted meats.
canned seafood. You're not so much, but I really am. So I would love to get into more of that.
You can do those.
I want to do
you
them
can,
on here on the podcast.
I feel like that's a solo adventure
some
for you to do on TikTok.
Gooey duck.
I do want to try gooey duck. I've never tried it. I've never even been around it before. Anyway, last Armoire. The smoked.
Smoked.
I'm not holding
I don't really like
real big
the
hope.
smoked things that much. I don't like smoked flavoring. I'm not excited about
You don't like
this.
smoked meats?
Not really.
What?
I mean, I don't. They're fine. It's not my favorite though.
Okay.
It smells smoky.
Holy smokes, that does smell smoky. Ugh, this is
Liquid
giving me
smoke.
flashbacks of the
The war.
oysters.
Oh,
I had smoked oysters on TikTok not too long ago, and they made me almost puke.
it doesn't smell bad. I don't mind it. I don't mind the smell.
Okay, it smells like smoke. I feel like that tastes more like a hot dog than anything.
It improved as it went on.
It's got a little.
It's got kind of a sweetness to it from the smoke flavoring. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't do round numbers,
Oh, 5-1.
so I'll do a 5.2. I think that's my. I would eat those.
That's my second favorite one.
I think that's my favorite, which I would never guess that would be my favorite.
I mean, the barbecue is
As-
significantly better than that, but okay.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I gave the barbecue a 5.1. What did I give this just now? A 5.2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand by that.
And this is the wild card.
This is the wild card. This is old. This is old Burt Macklin.
Handy Andy.
Yeah, little handy Andy right there on the Prairie Belt meats. This is smoked sausages from the Prairie
Who
Belt.
buys this stuff?
Me?
But like seriously,
I don't know. Honestly. Oh, this has got some fat to it.
I like that. Some congealed fat.
Goodness, I don't know if I like it or not. Yes, Dirk, the barbecue and smoked served together.
I might try it.
That would be good.
I mean, none of it's good.
I just want to. Can you see this? It just. I don't know.
Those little fingers.
There's not much juice. It's legitimately like
Wildly different
congealed
smell.
fat.
Wildly different smell.
Oh, that's interesting. It smells like bologna, like a strong bologna. I don't smell any smoke.
I feel like this is.
Well,
These aren't settling well.
Oh no, I'm actually more excited about it. Oh no. I don't like that. I don't like the texture.
I actually liked it better.
Incredibly salty.
Very salty.
I don't know.
I liked it. I actually like that.
I'm coming around to it a lot more now. The first,
It doesn't have that mealiness.
it was too creamy to me almost. It was like gelatinous.
It is creamy. That reminds me of like a liverwurst. It really does.
I agree. I do
And
agree
I love
with you.
liverwurst, Braunschweiger, whatever.
I don't get the smoke.
I didn't get any smoke out of that.
There's no smoke. This is just like a regular.
I think they're just saying like, oh, it's smoked meat.
So, you are supposed to like brown and serve.
Oh, well, that might improve this significantly because then it would be like a.
I think it would be good.
Have you fried
Browned.
bologna?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's great.
Because it says serving suggestion and it shows them like cooked
Like
and
for-
browned.
Serving suggestion: for the love of God, please don't eat this straight out of the can.
Please do not eat this straight out of the can. Save yourself botulism and cook them.
Cook this, please. Do you think anybody does eat them straight out of the can? People probably add them to stuff as an ingredient, right? Like to mac and cheese or something.
You absolutely could do that. I don't think that would be bad.
No, it wouldn't. Hit me
At
up
all.
with one of those barbacoas again.
Yeah.
I want to just revisit. I gave that last one a 5.5.
The smoked one? Oh, this last smoked one. Okay. What am I going to do here?
I just wanted to try this one more time just to confirm that it is the best one.
I'm going to go 4.9 on the Prairie Belt. I think it could be better if. I think it could be better if it was cooked. I don't know.
Here's what's going on with this. That's an enjoyable experience for me.
The barbecue.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the barbecue or maybe that's just newer.
What do you mean?
It's a
Just
lot
the new flavor,
crisper
the-
and firmer, and not as mealy. Like maybe the meat is newer.
I don't think that's the case because when I tried this
'Cause
on
they're all
TikTok,
20 years old?
it's the same. It was the same way. The originals are a different texture than anything with flavor added.
That
to
has
them.
more bounce to it, like a hot dog.
If there's anything that I want to have bounce to, it's a packed sausage.
It's got a little bit of a bite and a little bit of a bounce, and not the mealiness, but it doesn't have the creamy texture of that last one.
Bounce with me, bounce with me.
I'm
Vienna
trying to be
sausage
serious
bounce with
here.
me,
I'm trying to
bounce with me.
review seriously.
That's my bounce.
Okay,
dance.
so
That's
that
my-
last one had the ultimate creamy
Chris, that was my bounce dance.
Braunschweiger texture, which I enjoyed. But
This one,
yeah, the barbecue flavored
Jimmy Anderson.
armoire, it tastes like a hot dog.
I think the Prairie Belt one tastes way more like a hot dog than this barbecue one.
That one to me tastes like a hot dog in SpaghettiOs sauce.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Not bad. That's it.
Yeah, that's all we got. That's 2, 4. That's 6 different cans. I thought I had 7.
Well, you bought some other cans of stuff, but we're not going to do them tonight.
No, there's other
Should
cans.
I say what we're going to do next time?
Sure.
We got 3 different flavors of pickled quail eggs.
I'm excited
Jalapeno,
about that.
hot and spicy, and mild.
What's the difference? What is the difference with this hot and spicy and then a jalapeno version? What is? I don't get this.
I think the hot jalapeno is just like pepper. And
It's
the hot
just the hot-
spicy is like
Like a sauce,
Frank's
like
Red
a.
Hot or
yeah.
a vinegar-based hot sauce.
Okay, that makes sense.
That would be my guess. I don't know.
That's all you can guess. I just don't get like why you can't call jalapeno hot and spicy because aren't jalapenos hot?
Dirk said, I wish I would have known we were doing this. I would have joined in.
You can join in anytime. All you got to do is just drive up here.
Drive in the middle of harvest, drive to Bazan.
Yeah, it's not that hard. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like you live. Ooh, I'm from the south.
No, he's from the west.
I'm from the west, south,
he's a
southwest.
man. He's a man of the west.
The west will rise again. Right? Is that your?
Western
Thing.
Illinois.
Oh, those guys
I
out
don't
there.
know. I don't know if that would be
Man.
considered Western Illinois or Central Illinois.
It depends on how far west you've went. I mean, if you're not in the center of the state, not central. Where is the division there? Boy, you got me thinking now. There is the center of the state. Does the center go all the way east and west?
Well, at one point, Mazan was the population center of Illinois,
That's weird.
and they had T-shirts at the Mazan market. I think we've talked about it.
Yeah, we have.
To me, it looks like what I would consider the center of the state looks to be about like
Above
either
Springfield?
Decatur or Bloomington.
Yeah.
Bloomington's a little further north, but it narrows towards the bottom. So if you're
Right,
looking
it
at
does.
the mass, it to me it would appear that Bloomington
Well, I would go length, like up and down lengthwise, like however many miles it is
Really, it's
from the top
Clinton.
to the bottom.
it's pretty much Clinton or Lincoln. It's actually Lincoln.
Are you just going to keep naming different town names?
One of those
what
is
it
the
actually
center.
is.
So Dirk is definitely not in the central Illinois. He'd be in like.
But the band
Western
of the center of Illinois.
What's the band? So the band is for the central Illinois. It'd be like Route 80 to Route 40 or 70. Right.
80 to what?
70.
No.
70
That's way too far north.
80
Route 80?
is the top part
Oh,
of
okay.
central Illinois, and Route 70, which is Effingham to St. Louis, I would say would be about the south.
Okay.
Bottom of central Illinois.
So anything in there from left
In
to
the
right,
middle
east
is-
to west,
is central.
that's all
So
considered
then there's
central Illinois.
North central, west central, east central, south central.
I gotcha. While drinking your juice in the
I
hood.
was just gonna say it. South Central. That'd be like Litchfield.
Ooh. Those guys, don't go by them.
Oh, there you go. Dirk said.
A lot of liches.
Oh, Dirk said. First of all, I would have bought canned meat. Trust me, we bought canned meat. We're gonna do that.
We got
just-
more.
We did sausages tonight, but we're doing canned meat,
I got-
and potted meats, and all kinds of
Yeah.
potted.
I got more meats. Loaved meats.
We got the meats.
potted meats.
You might as well call us Arby's up in this bitch.
Yeah.
because we got the meats.
It's not anything I would eat from Arby's.
If you mix those sausages with Heinz beans in a slurry,
So good.
that would be amazing, right?
I think I still have a can
Like
of.
chop them up.
Let's do it.
That actually would be good.
I know it would be good.
The
I think
barbecue
it really would.
actually, you know, be
Beanie
better.
weenies. I mean, have you ever had beanie weenies?
Yeah. The barbecue ones would go great with Bush's baked beans,
Right.
like the
'Cause-
ones full of sugar.
And I think these hot and spicy ones with the vinegar would go good with the Heinz beans.
I agree.
And then the jalapeno ones wouldn't. And the smoked ones could. They could. It's not going to add any additional flavor. It's just going to be a
I think that the
piece of meat.
the serial killer boy ones could be good, like sliced and on crackers.
Old little Jimmy Anderson.
Oh, I actually know a Jimmy Anderson.
So do I, actually, now that I say that.
He's a nice guy.
Um,
I don't
oh.
want to compare him to a
Okay, so nice
serial
little
killer child.
Frankie Yemowitz.
That's a weird name.
I didn't name him. Talk to his mother. Look at him. My God.
Frankie Yamowitz?
Yeah. Look at all Yemowitz on the prairie belt.
Doesn't sound like
Wow.
a prairie belt.
No, it doesn't, but that's why nobody likes him. Okay? He's been gated.
Look at it. He's got his mouth open, awaiting the sausages.
He's got dead eyes, Chris. Okay. There's something wrong with him. First off, stay away from the Yamowitzes.
Yeah.
Nobody likes them.
Turk said it's a little Dahmer. It does kind of look like a little.
They've
Have you watched the Dahmer documentary that everybody's talking about?
Yeah, I've went through 6 episodes.
Oh, you have watched it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't watched all of it, but
I haven't. It looked a little creepy for me.
the 6th episode, it was so boring. I got so frustrated.
I'm not interested at all in serial killers. Am I the only
Oh, I
person
am.
in the world?
I think so.
Because everybody seems to love them.
We don't love the serial killer. You love the story.
Is that kind of like don't hate the player, hate the game?
Yes. That's exactly right. See,
Who loves
now
the story of a serial killer? Why do you romanticize that?
it's suspenseful. I mean, have you ever seen a thriller before? And you love the
What
being
was the
thrilled?
really good-looking serial killer that everybody was surprised?
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
He was a good-looking son of a gun.
He's the one that ate people?
No, that was Dahmer.
Oh. Was there another person that ate people?
Ed Gein. He cut your skin off
I don't want to hear about it.
and wore it and made like lampshades and stuff. That's what like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was.
I don't want to hear about
Was
it.
Ed Gein?
I don't like it.
And a little bit of Dahmer where he ate people.
I don't like it.
Like Jeffrey Dahmer had a head in his freezer, like multiple heads in his freezer, like a leg in the fridge.
I heard this
Body
on a
and the-
podcast. I heard this whole story, like the full story behind Army Hammer.
Yeah, I brought it up on the podcast.
I know we've talked about it, but I'm just saying I like finally heard like the full story and like
He's biting people.
he asked one of his girlfriends to get her ribs surgically removed so they could eat it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that one.
He wanted to get her ribs. He said he knew a surgeon that would take one of her ribs out so they could cook it and eat it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know he had texted girlfriends saying he wanted to bite them until they bled
Oh, it was way worse than that.
and things like just weird things like that. I recently read that he is like now working at an amusement park or something.
Oh, really? Because he's from a famous family.
Yeah, the Hammer, Arm and Hammer.
No.
Yes, it is.
Listen, Army Hammer is not from Arm and Hammer.
Yes, he
No.
is. His family started that company.
You are so wrong. It's comical.
Look it up. The Arm and Hammer Company.
You're absolutely right.
I know.
When his son was born, Julius decided to name him after the symbol of the Communist Party.
Oh, a sickle.
Armand Hammer was a portmanteau. What does that mean? Of Arm and Hammer.
Well, duh, it was like a guy.
This is
that
the story. This is why there's a documentary out. It's called House of Hammer. The story behind Army Hammer.
The House of Hammer.
Yeah, I don't know what channel it's on.
Why would you think I was so wildly wrong when his name is literally Army Hammer?
I don't know. I wouldn't have thought anybody would be so stupid to name somebody after Arm and Hammer.
They did. They did. They named their nice little
Discovery Plus, it's on.
their nice little flesh-eating boy.
An Arm and Hammer is a symbol of the Communist Party, and yet
I
it's the
guess so.
baking soda that everybody buys.
Yeah, isn't it like the hand and
Yeah.
it's like the hand and the sickle. They have a sickle in the the Soviet Party.
I think it's an arm and a hammer.
Okay, I'm thinking of like Soviet Union where there's a arm and sickle.
It's literally an arm with a hammer.
No, how many times do we have to say that?
And it's called Arm and Hammer.
Arm and hammer symbol.
And it's named after the Communist Party. And people buy it. It's just mind-boggling.
That's insane. Yeah, I've got boxes of it.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
I have a whole box in my underwear right now.
I never realized the cleaning power of baking soda,
And
but it's good. As a deodorizer, too.
oh yeah, definitely a deodorizer. So Amy used to do that on the couch. Anytime the kids would puke on the couch,
Absolutely. That's why I started doing it. When the kids started puking on stuff,
Yeah.
and you just put that down and you vacuum,
vacuum it up.
and it's great.
it works so well.
I was so excited when I learned that I started intentionally puking on things just to do it.
So it's pH balanced where it neutralizes acid, right?
Yeah, that's why I puked all over everything.
Everything,
in the house, carpet.
socks.
Yeah, I
Well, I would eat the
underwear
socks
drawer,
to puke them back up
underwear
like a
drawer,
dog.
puking all over. Just fill it up to the brim. If you put enough in there, it absorbs.
It absorbs it and becomes just like a block.
Yeah, it does. It gets hard. It gets in like the hard vomit
It's not the only thing that
pottery.
If you know what I mean. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Okay.
But anyway, if it gets hard, it makes a vomit pottery, but it doesn't smell because
Yeah.
it neutralizes the pH.
Right. Now it's a decoration.
Now you can hang it,
Win-win.
like from the little threads, like those
The
little
kids do.
plaster of Paris.
That's what we started having like a vomit art for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And we just we hang all their little pukes around in the room off their beds and ornaments. We made ornaments out of them.
Put them on your Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm. Yep, July 23rd.
I actually can't wait to get home after eating all these Vienna sausages and
and just
make a masterpiece.
yeah, that sounds hot.
All right, let's move on from that. You got any news?
Yeah, so Army Hammer. No, that's a joke. Actually, I did do a TikTok recently about Jeffrey Dahmer eating people. Did you see that?
No.
Of course you wouldn't. What? I saw a video where it was this girl and she wasn't saying anything. It had like all this text come up and it said Jeffrey Dahmer wouldn't eat people with tattoos because the ink tastes bad.
I did see that.
And then I did a duet with that, and I was like, you had to eat people to figure out ink tastes bad?
Oh, I did see this TikTok. It wasn't great. It wasn't one of your best.
But it's true. It's like, I was like, I would chew on pencils. I eat glue, tried paper. I'm like, guaranteed.
Everybody's
you
chewed
had
on
to
a
have
pen.
tried pen, like got pen ink in your mouth.
Yeah, everybody's bitten on a pen until they got ink in their mouth.
I didn't have to cut your skin off and try it to figure out ink tastes bad.
I had in Mexico a dish that was
Human flesh.
squid in its own ink sauce.
Squid ink. They do that a lot.
Yeah, and it was delicious.
Was it? I've always been afraid of it.
Of ink sauce?
Yeah.
No, nothing to be afraid of. Delicious.
What is it? It's not like... I feel like it would be
Like it's cooked.
irony or like...
No, I don't know. It was good. I also had corn smut. That's a delicacy down there.
yeah, that looks gross too.
It wasn't bad.
The blight of the corn.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
What'd that taste like?
I don't remember. It was a little while ago.
I feel like that'd be really bitter.
I don't remember it being bitter. I think it's like a fungi, right?
Yeah, that's bad too.
Wait, fungi.
Fungi. I'm not,
I'm a fungi.
as am I. I am also a sentient being.
Ink.
It tastes bad.
Agreed. I wouldn't
Um,
eat anybody with tattoos either.
did you like the movie Knives Out?
I actually did. I liked it quite a bit, actually.
As did I. Apparently, they're making another one.
I didn't care for Chris Evans' sweater. Everybody got all crazy about his cardigan or whatever. It was a
It-
big deal with that movie.
It was?
It was. And
Why?
I didn't care for it, personally. I actually thought, fuck that sweater.
Well, did you know with the sweater, like there was holes and stuff ripped in it, and he did it on purpose just to show them he didn't care about this expensive clothing that his family would get him?
No, I didn't know that.
I just recently saw a video.
Okay.
It was weird. They're making another one. It's called Glass Onion.
Yeah, and it's on a boat, right?
Yeah, and they came out with a teaser trailer. I didn't know
I thought
they
it
were
was
doing it.
crazy because there was a ill-fated restaurant attempt in Morris called the Glass Onion. Remember that?
No.
Yeah, they like spent a ton of money building this whole restaurant downtown. It was called the Glass Onion. It never opened.
Where? What building?
And then a huge legal battle ensued.
Man, I'm not, on the old
You're not plugged
heartbeat.
in.
Yeah, of the county. Where was this at?
It was one of the downtown corners, like I think the Bomb Building, maybe.
Do you remember Firehouse?
Yeah, of course. Mile High Meatloaf.
What happened?
It sucked.
Oh, really? The building is awesome.
Yeah, the building's awesome. The food wasn't good. I went there for homecoming.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
See, it was done by the time I was like doing homecomings.
Well, that's because you're a child,
right. Yeah, it was. At
and
the
I'm
time.
a man.
You are a full-fledged man. Look at you.
I am all it is,
yeah.
man.
You're the only man I've ever met.
That's right.
So yeah, Glass Onion.
What about the Glass
Yeah,
Onion?
they had a teaser trailer come out. I just was like, wow, there's another one. I'm
Yeah.
excited for it. Ryan Johnson did a really good job on the first one. I think he'll do a really good job on this one.
Agreed. He should do that and not Star Wars.
I was just gonna say, I think he needs to stay in his lane.
I mean,
Maybe
he did make the
not dabble.
best of the new Star Wars movies, but that's fine.
Pretty insane for you to say that. Still to this day, like,
Well, it's the best one.
when is the lie gonna stop, Chris? When are you gonna quit?
I mean, of 3 terrible movies, it's the least terrible one.
I don't agree with you.
You're just because he milks a blue cow.
The teat of it's sitting upright.
It's weird.
It is
It's
so
real
weird.
weird.
The Luke Skywalker is nothing of the Luke Skywalker anybody knew.
Oh,
in that
there's
movie.
no doubt about that.
And that's sad. That's a failure. That
Well,
is
we
a
all know
complete
the third one is
and
a
utter
complete
failure.
disaster.
I like the third one. I like it better than the first
I
one.
hate you.
What? We've went over this many times.
MacGuffins galore in that movie.
Love a good MacGuffin. I
right.
do.
Let's move on.
Last thing I just wanted to talk about. Have you ever heard of Lewis Capaldi?
I've heard of Peter Capaldi.
Yeah, this is a Scottish singer. I don't know if they're related
They
because
must
they're both
be,
from
'cause
Scotland.
They're both Scottish.
Yeah, that's weird. I never even thought about that.
Lewis and Peter Capaldi. Pops right up.
They don't look alike.
Lewis discovered that Peter is his dad's second cousin,
There is relation then.
which would also make him your second cousin, Lewis. Dumbass.
Right, what an idiot. He doesn't
Second
know
cousin
anything about
once
lineage.
removed. Don't people know? People don't know about the removals.
It is so hard to understand. I get so confused
It's
about it
not
all
hard
the
to
time.
understand. First cousin once removed. First cousin twice removed. First cousin 3 times removed.
So wait, so if I have a first cousin and they have a child, it's first cousin once removed from me?
Yes, but your children are second cousins.
No,
It's not hard to
now I'm
understand
getting
at
it.
all.
Now they're second cousins,
But it's your first cousin once removed.
but it's your bull.
Right.
That
it's,
you-
it's your dog.
Okay, yeah, I get it. Anyway, Lewis Capaldi. So he has written a lot of very popular pop songs. He has also sang some very popular pop
Like,
songs.
did he do any NSYNC songs?
No. I'm pretty sure he wrote some for Rihanna though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and a lot of people have sang Lewis Capaldi songs. He's been a writer for a while. He's this like red-haired Scottish lad that isn't like mainstream of what you would think of a pop artist to look like, right?
Kind of like that dude that's a British singer that is
But-
super famous right now, Ed Sheeran.
Sharon, yeah. Ed Sheeran.
He's like one of the most popular people in the world.
Yeah,
He doesn't look like he should be popular.
exactly. So what happened with this Lewis Capaldi is that during like quarantining during COVID in like 2020, he said he gained like 24 pounds and he blamed veganism. He's like, I turned vegan. He's like, for some reason. He's like, and it made me so fat. He's like, because all I did was eat like these carb loaded foods and I didn't do anything and just sat in my flat. He's like, and just ate all the time. Like, I gained a bunch of weight. He's like, but I'm going to embrace it. So what he's done now, he just dropped a new single. It's called Forget Me. And he made a music video for it. It is probably the single greatest music video I've ever seen in my life. He is this chubby, pale Scottish guy with longer hair, and he wears white, like whitey-tighty underwear in the whole video. Just walking around on a beach. He's in a pool. He's showering at one point. By the end, he becomes a pilot. He rides a horse. It's amazing. He plays a trumpet. There is no trumpet in this song whatsoever, but he's playing it in the video.
Nice.
There's a half-naked man with a mustache and a cowboy hat mixing drinks off to the corner. Never seen anything like it in my life. It's a wonderful song too. I mean, he's a good singer. The song's really good. But what he has done with this music video, I believe everyone should watch.
I will watch it. I like odd music videos. My favorite music video of all time is Ain't Nothing to It But to Do It.
But to do it, yeah. Of course it is.
It's one of my favorites.
And the song is too.
Love the song.
Yeah, I just really think everybody needs to look at this Louis Capaldi song. I hope he gives me some royalties because I'm going to push tons of traffic his way.
Perfect.
It's
Speaking
great.
of music, I
Started creating your own?
well, I do create my own
Mm-hmm.
because I have like a full range of instruments.
You do. You got a smart piano that just creates songs for you.
It's amazing.
It's unbelievable.
What was I talking about? Oh,
I don't know.
I got recently acquired a vinyl,
Yeah.
the vinyl from Empire Strikes Back soundtrack.
I didn't even know they made vinyls of that.
Yeah, but
Of-
this is
of-
an original, like from the night from 1980,
That's insane.
and it's pretty awesome.
Did you play it?
Oh yeah, I played it last night.
Did you? And it works fine?
Great, yeah, it's phenomenal. Two records, so there's a lot of music to it, and it was phenomenal. I just sat on my couch and
Just-
stared at the ceiling and listened to the Empire Strikes Back soundtrack for like an hour and a half.
John Williams just blaring.
I could listen to it every day of my life, and in fact, I often do. But
Well, I mean, you've only had it for 2 days, so.
no, I mean, I have the Star Wars music on my phone.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
And you listen to it regularly?
Yeah, for sure. I love it.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to rethink, like, my music.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really listen to music very often, but I listen to podcasts.
Yeah, I listen to music a lot. Big
You
music
would.
guy.
You're like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's nothing anybody else listens to, but I listen to a lot of music.
Yeah. The hard part is I have so much odd
Angst.
music that I've
Childhood
acquired
angst.
over a lifetime that I keep transferring from one device to the next. So now I have my phone and I plug it in, but it's got so much music that I now hate. But it's constantly popping up and playing.
Like what?
I don't know. Like if I get a wild hair on my ass one time, I heard some interesting song by this artist, so I just bought the album or downloaded the album.
Yeah.
But it's actually like really
It
terrible.
was like Sade.
No, it's well, there's one on my phone called Emily Wells, and she she plays all her own instruments.
Oh, that's good.
Like probably her most famous thing is she does a rendition of a Biggie Smalls song, but like she plays the violin.
Uh-huh.
It's terrible. And now and now it's one of 8 songs because I downloaded the whole
Why is
album.
it terrible? You
It's
had
just
to have
not
loved
good.
it at
No,
one
no,
point.
I don't love it. It's terrible. But there's like 8 songs on this album or whatever, and there's probably 2,000 songs on my phone. But those are the ones that always pop up, and I just like I don't know how to delete the music. I don't really know how to do it, so I never tried.
You do know how, you just don't try.
I just don't care enough to do it. I guess
You need to use YouTube Music.
I do. I have YouTube Music.
Then why are other things popping up on your phone?
When you plug your phone into my truck, it automatically opens the stupid Apple Music.
So does
app.
mine.
I hate it.
So mine opens up a Beatles documentary of the making of the White Album, and it's the producer immediately starts talking of the album, and he starts talking about the process of him like coming on board to produce this album. and it literally says every time I plug my phone in, it pops up before I start a song, and it says, "I'll produce it only if you let me do it the way I want to." Every single time I plug in my phone, that's what
funny
happens.
because this recently just came up, but our producer, Michael Sheedy,
Yes.
he texted
Boy,
me.
I haven't talked to him in a while. He's been over that corner for a long time.
Doesn't leave. Is he? He might be dead. Well, anyway,
Maybe.
he texted me the other day, and we were talking about when we were in high school, we would go on these camping trips up the Wisconsin Dells all the time.
Up in the Northwoods.
Yeah, and one time we went, and it was me, him, and another guy. And at that time, there was no phone. I mean, I guess we had flip phones, maybe,
Of course you did.
but there wasn't a way to play music other than a CD. You had to have a CDs.
Yeah.
Well, we went on this trip. We didn't have any CDs. Like, we forgot to bring them. We didn't bring any CDs. So we only had one CD, and it was a CD that was already in the vehicle. And it was a Bob Costas narrated sports documentary called "And the Crowd Goes Wild."
Okay. Who had that?
I don't remember. It must have been the other guy that drove. I'm pretty sure it was because I do remember driving in his truck. And that's all we had, and we listened to it on loop. And it's like 4.5, 5 hours each way, and there or 4.5 hours
So
there.
the radio did not work.
I don't know. I guess not. We just listened to that documentary over and over again.
I just
and
don't.
we just brought it up to me, and I'm like, yeah. And we were talking about that, and I'm like, it was, and I'm pretty sure it was called "And the Crowd Goes Wild." And he's like, yeah, it was. It was Bob Costas. And I'll
So
just never
strange.
forget that. Yeah.
Do you remember any of the stories he was talking about?
No. And it's funny because another trip that we went to, I rode home. I think I've told you this story with another kid that was in our class, and he only had one CD, and it was Zebrahead.
I don't know this story.
And
I don't even know Zebrahead.
Zebrahead was
Are they like the Toadies?
no, it was like a rock band. They
So are the
they had
Toadies.
one hit,
Possum Kingdom.
Playmate of the Year. You're my Playmate of the Year.
I think I know that. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to start from the first bridge.
I can't do that. But they had, they were fine, but it was kind of like heavy metal pop, it wasn't metal, but it was like heavy rock.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of a really annoying music, and just cranked max volume in like an old 88 Brougham or whatever.
Love it.
Love it. Riding back there on loop that CD, and I just remember sitting in the back seat just being like, I am going to die.
Yeah.
I'm
This
going to
is
jump.
where I end
I'm
myself.
going to jump out of this car.
So you'd say this really doesn't tickle your fancy, that type of music, or like
I liked Zebrahead
wet your
until
whistle.
then.
Yeah, sparingly. You liked them to play on the radio once every 3 months.
They formed in 1996. Yeah, they're still a band.
They are?
Amazingly enough.
Well, you can always call yourself a band. You don't ever have to do anything.
That's true.
You can literally come out with one song and you'd be like, yeah, we're still a band.
I mean, they released an album in 2019.
Oh. How come I never heard of it?
13 albums.
Man, do you think they're making any money off of that stuff?
Yeah.
Especially nowadays.
Playmate of the Year, you would if you heard it, you'd recognize it.
Nowadays, with the way you get paid for songs, it's all based off of streaming and not
Yeah.
album sales anymore. They can't be making any money.
There are no album sales anymore. They make more money selling vinyl records than
Yeah,
they
I
do
know.
CDs.
Yeah.
Can you even buy CDs anymore?
I think they still have them at Walmart. Do they?
I don't think so. They have vinyl records because I bought them at Walmart.
Yeah, no, I know they have them. That's so weird that vinyls come back so strong.
Well, and I'll tell you what, I
CD was
kind of got into thinking that I might like the whole vinyl thing. So I got for Christmas, Marley got me
Yeah.
a record player.
and then I thought I was going to be in the vinyl thing.
And I just don't think it's something that I care about. Like, I was listening to that Star Wars thing, and it was cool.
That's awesome.
The whole thing about vinyl is that you're going to put it on, and you're going to sit there, and you're going to listen to the whole side of an album.
It's a novelty.
It is a novelty, but I'm just listening to the song. I'm listening to it crackle and pop.
Yeah, the white noise part.
And
of
I'm
it.
like, I don't need that. I want a fresh, clean, like, this is Star Wars.
So you don't like
orchestra.
the vinyl sound then?
I don't think
That
I
is
do.
that's what people like.
I
It's
don't think I like it.
the old vinyl
No, I don't. I don't like that
Dirty
aspect
sound.
of it. I don't like the dirty sound. I don't like it. The thing I like is that it's an intention experience.
Yeah, it's an experience. Yes.
So like you're gonna take this thing, you're gonna look at it, you're gonna be like, I'm going to listen to this, and you're gonna put it on a thing, and then you're gonna sit down.
What
and
you
listen
need to
it.
do is only do it during Christmas time, and you sit your entire family around, and you put on an old Bing Crosby album, and you stand in front of everyone and sing it.
I'm
Yeah.
dreaming
Of a white Christmas.
By the way, the best Christmas album I've ever.
like the one I used to know.
The best Christmas album I've ever heard is called A Very Snarf Talk Christmas.
Yeah, I haven't put that out yet.
Are you kidding me?
No, I've never put that on Patreon.
Put it on Patreon. What are you doing?
Whatever I want.
We have a Christmas album.
Why don't you
it's
put it on Patreon?
I don't even know how to do that.
Exactly. Don't rush me, okay? I'm thinking.
Well, it's what's the year?
Well, we can put it out at Christmas.
We will. Let's put it out at Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like 4 songs, and they're great.
There are 4 songs. I don't know about great, but they are.
Some of them are pretty good.
They're fun.
One of them is
I had to explain to everyone at work why I couldn't talk for 2 days.
Baby It's Cold Outside was one of them.
Yeah.
All right. Carol of the Bells
That's the one that did it for me.
featuring Alex.
Yes, Alex was involved with that.
What else? I wish
It's the last time we sang.
it's really good.
Yeah, Baby It's Cold Outside. Carol of the Bells. We didn't do Jingle Bells. We did do White Christmas, right?
No, we did Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, yes. Was it 3 or 4?
I think it's 3.
Yeah, those are it.
Alex is on that one too.
They're really good. I've got them buried here in this
Maybe
little
it's
laptop.
cold outside.
Yeah.
I got
That
to
was-
get away.
That was a fun one to
Baby,
sing.
it's cold outside.
Don't touch my butt.
Woo.
I think that he was a little
It was a little grabby.
grabby. He literally trapped that woman inside. If you look, remember us talking about the lyrics?
No.
He barred the door.
She was a willing participant.
And she's like, listen,
She shouldn't have dressed that way
it's
then.
time to leave.
She came on to him.
And he's like, no, it's way too cold. You have to stay inside. She's like, I really need to call my sister. I gotta go. It's like, your sister's dead. And you're staying
Smoke
with me.
this cigarette.
Yes. Drink this glass of juice and smoke this clove cigarette. And then she died.
Yeah, she did.
Tragic story.
Turns
But
out the guy was Jeffrey Dahmer.
listen, Christmas classic.
Absolutely. I hate that they try and like change it around now, and they make the woman have the man part and the man have the woman part.
Well,
That's like a new thing.
listen. Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
All right, let's move on with our more news. Got more news.
Oh, no, I don't.
You don't?
No, we got
I got a couple things.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, 2 things.
Okay.
1, trailer out. Watched it. Super Mario Brothers.
I never watched it.
What?
I didn't see it.
Oh, well, you need to
I
watch
knew
it.
it came out, but
It looks fun. The animation looks great. Chris Pratt's the voice of Mario.
I have seen. So there's been a big uproar about this whole voice thing. It's dumb, right?
Dumb.
Do you want to hear an entire movie of a guy saying like, "It's a me, I'm Mario"?
Is that what people are mad about?
Yeah, they want him to sound like that.
He does kind of sound like that.
but not to the
Not
extent.
to that extent. I think that's what people were mad at, that he was doing that.
No, I thought they were mad because he doesn't sound like the game
No,
Mario.
other way around. People are mad that he's doing any sort of Italian accent. It's cultural appropriation.
That's not real.
No, I'm serious, dude.
Pull it up.
I don't want to pull it up.
Mike, pull it up. David, pull it up. Whatever. I think it'll be just fine.
Why are people...
The animation does look great from the little snippets of
It
what I've
does look
seen.
good. And then Jack Black is Bowser.
I heard that as well. Yes.
Many users found Pratt's Mario voice too similar to Pratt's own speaking voice.
Right. So exactly what I said.
I didn't know that's why fans were mad. That's really dumb.
So you just
'Cause
made up your own reason.
I thought that's what I heard.
But what you think and what reality is are two different things, my son,
Okay.
my boy.
But here's the other thing, and I don't know if this is true, but I saw something about it on Facebook, so I assume it is. So Nintendo, starting with this movie, has started their own movie company making Nintendo licensed movies.
Really?
Don't know if it's true.
Are they called Noovies?
No. But apparently there's this whole Nintendo world of movies coming. They're going to do Legend of Zelda.
I'm not against
I'm
that.
totally for it. They're going to
Yeah.
do Star Fox. They're going to do all these movies, and then they might do it like in the Marvel style and then have like a
Like a whole universe.
Brawl, like the Brawl
Smash Brothers.
Smash Bros. Movie.
That's awesome.
It would be cool.
So they're going to have a Kirby movie?
Yeah, Kirby was one of them. I would watch a Kirby movie.
I think
Totally.
I would too.
If you got a fun actor to voice Kirby, like
Yeah.
who would be a good Kirby voice? I was thinking like Jack Black would be good, but you could get somebody like Will
Adam
Arnett.
Levine.
Adam Levine.
Yeah, the singer guy.
Why?
He would be a perfect fit.
Why would that
He
even
seems
come
so
into your head?
joyful and
Are you talking about
no, I'm being ridiculous, Chris. Do you not sense sarcasm
I'm
ever?
sorry. I thought you were talking about Adam Devine.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do. Look up a picture of him.
Who's Adam Devine? I don't know who that is.
It's this guy.
Oh, I do know that guy.
Yeah.
He would be fine
He would be good.
voicing that.
He's funny. I like that guy.
Or Adam Scott.
Oh, he'd be good.
Or maybe a Amy Poehler.
Wait, does Kirby talk?
I don't think so. I think he just makes noises, but
Look,
he's going to have to talk.
I'm going to
for
go
a
to
movie.
Reddit. I'm genuinely curious. Okay, here are some suggestions. Danny DeVito. Oh, as King Dedede.
I'm the trash man.
This is not a good
I
list.
just come in the ring and I throw trash around. And I eat garbage.
This is a terrible list, so forget it. Anyway, I'm kind of excited about
Zelda would be
a
awesome.
Zelda movie. It would be amazing.
That would be an incredible movie, and it'd be like an adventure.
It'd be kind of Lord of
epic.
the Ringsy.
Yes, absolutely
sure.
it would. But
Alright.
kid friendly,
Yeah.
family friendly.
Another thing I wanted to talk about, because I haven't seen it yet, and I doubt you have either.
Uh-oh.
The reviews are in for a little show called Werewolf by Night.
I have. It's not out yet.
It's out. It is out.
It is out.
It's out.
I didn't.
And
know that.
it is really well reviewed. People are really digging it big time.
That you made me nervous for a second because I was like, thought you were gonna be like, it's really bad.
Everything I've heard about it, has
I'm
been
into that.
really positive. People are really enjoying like the new direction, the new spin that they're doing something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me look up the Rotten Tomatoes. But I would be surprised if they weren't really good. Yeah, it's a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is good because I feel like Marvel TVs that an audience scores 92%. So
Oh wow,
they're both in the 90s.
that's got to be great then.
Because I feel like lately Marvel's been on a string of misses,
Big time.
both for their shows and for their movies.
Yeah, they've hit a bit of a lull. To be expected, though. I mean, when you've been riding high for so long, something has to bring you down at some point, right?
Yeah, I wonder if we went back and watched the new Doctor Strange movie, if we would maybe enjoy it more on a rewatch.
I didn't dislike the movie.
I didn't dislike
just-
it either. I just was let down by the potential of it.
Yeah,
I did enjoy the second half of it quite a bit more.
yeah, and
But Thor was such a letdown. She-Hulk I abandoned that. It's really bad. I would like to watch it now
She-Hulk
that Daredevil's in it.
was bad. Thor was a serious letdown to me.
Oh man,
I was so excited for it. My expectation was through the roof. Maybe that's why. I think you have to suspend your expectation from here on out. Just what I've realized I need to do is ignore everything until it comes out and just watch it.
yeah. I don't, even if I would have watched that with no expectations, I wouldn't have.
I
enjoyed it.
agree. It's the same way, but maybe I would have enjoyed more of it not having the expectation I did.
I think in retrospect, I know we fanboyed out over a little bit. I think WandaVision was not as good as maybe we made it out to be at the time. I really think
It was so new at the time. It was so different that's what I think we loved the most about it, was that it was different. I don't think the story itself is just like the greatest thing ever.
no.
It was very slow.
I mean, I enjoyed Moon Knight quite a bit, and I
I did like Moon Knight
that.
a lot.
I thought that was a hit because it was different, and I liked just a lot of the weirdness of it.
Love it.
I enjoyed Hawkeye. I really liked Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so I think those were all really good.
Yes.
But that's about the extent. I mean, Falcon and the Winter Soldier I thought was spectacular.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah, that show's amazing.
Werewolf by Night, I'll get to it. I just need some more time because I feel like, I don't know, it's a little Halloween-y. We're getting there. We should.
It is
probably watch
Halloween-y. I might watch an episode tomorrow if I have time. I should have time.
Yeah.
Are they just dropping one a week or something?
I'm not sure. I think it's just one thing. It's like a 1 hour movie.
Oh, it is. It's
Yeah.
not a show.
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought it was like going to be a running show. I had no idea.
I don't know.
Okay, don't yell at me about it. Right, I didn't know.
It's a TV special.
Oh, interesting. So it's just a one-off.
It's a one-off.
I'll take it. The main character, isn't he the guy from that Amazon show we enjoyed, Mozart in the Jungle?
Yeah. Yeah, that guy is awesome.
He's the main character in it.
Oh, I didn't realize
I
that.
tell you what,
Yeah. Gael Garcia Bernal.
that's a show I wish would come back.
Mozart in the Jungle. That was a great show.
Such a fun,
I completely forgot
wonderful
about it.
show.
It was. It was a fun, wonderful show.
Yeah, I liked it.
More of that.
We've-
More of that.
We follow
Less of everything else.
Lola Kirk
We do?
on TikTok.
Who's
Yeah.
Lola Kirk?
She was the girl in that show that played the clarinet.
Oh, okay.
She's a singer. She just came out with her own like little country album, and she has a Christmas song coming out soon.
Interesting.
Not that great.
All
Just my opinion. Sorry if anybody likes her.
right. Should we get into what we've been watching?
Her sister,
Is a whore.
I don't know, quite possibly, is Jemima Kirk, and she was on the show Girls.
Oh, terrible show.
You know the one I understand, but you
the
know
worst
who
show I've ever seen.
she was. She was the one with the long hair and the British accent.
I don't remember that show because I hated it.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I don't know where he's going. He just literally up and leaves me, and runs out the door. Well, Lola Kirk's fine. She sings her own songs. I think she's kind of nice. I'm not a big fan of women that don't shave their armpits, though. I think it's weird. I don't know if I can get into it. Are you?
I'm back. Sorry. I can't get the taste of this potted meats out of my mouth, so I needed something to drink.
But are you into women that don't shave their armpits?
Horrible trend.
I think so too.
Don't get it. Not
It's a
into it at all.
real Frenchy kind of thing.
I don't
do.
like it at all. I think it's a bad mistake.
I'm not into the French. Sorry.
No, monsieur.
Oui, oui.
Um,
Did you run a mile out to your truck and come back?
well, I just
Goodness.
drank something.
My
and
goodness. You having a pulmonary embolism?
I'm out of shape, Jerry.
We covered that.
All right, what we've been watching?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
What time is it? How much
It's the
time?
same. We're at an hour and 39 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay, can I start this off with
A bang?
the first
Bang.
thing? What I've been reading.
You know how to read still?
Yeah,
I'm so proud of you.
audiobooks.
Oh, yeah.
I decided instead of listening to endless podcasts.
I don't like people that do that.
What?
That come out and tell me they're like, been reading tons of books. I read all the time. Oh, really? What have you been reading? Well, I started listening to this. It's not reading.
Okay, fine, whatever. I listened to 2 audiobooks.
You're a fake.
Okay, I'm a fake. Can I just continue?
fine.
Okay.
I don't even know if I want to hear this.
Audiobook number 1. I listened to Ahsoka,
Oh,
the Star Wars book, which very well reviewed. I've always wanted to read it, never got around to it. I actually think I have.
is it just one book?
Yeah, one book. Standalone story. Quick listen, 7 hours, I think, total. It probably would be a quicker read even.
Probably.
All the audiobooks are so much slower than reading. It's almost
Because
painful.
they put like
There's breaks and pauses
Yeah.
in between breaths.
dramatizations.
Dramatization. It is read by the girl who voices Ahsoka in the Clone Wars
Oh,
and in Star Wars Rebels. Ashley Eccleston, I think is her name.
yeah. We saw her.
Yeah, we did. And so it's voiced by her. And, you know, for the first about half of it, I was a little unsure. It starts off pretty slow.
Okay.
But I ended up really enjoying it a lot. And it was actually pretty, once the story kind of grabs hold, it's pretty fast paced, pretty action packed. I liked the story a lot. It did give a lot more insight if you're a Star Wars fan if you're a Star Wars fan of that side of the Star Wars universe, it gives you a lot more insight into that.
So is it about like after she's away from?
It's after Order 66, one
is.
year after.
Okay.
So it like picks up after the Clone Wars. Because the end of the
Perfect.
Clone Wars, Order 66 is executed.
Right.
So it picks up a year after, and she's in seclusion and hiding and on the run, essentially. And she visits. She's staying in this one planet. She eventually kind of gets run out of there because the Empire is colonizing everything, and kind of moves off world to this little farming moon where everybody's farmers
Yeah.
because they're like, well, there's no Empire there. Well, then lo and behold, the Empire shows up. And just a little presence, but she basically, like, not wanting to, but gets involved in, like, leading an uprising of these farmers against the Empire,
Okay.
which obviously goes terribly wrong.
Of course it
And
does.
then-
All the farmers are massacred. She's left laying.
yes, that's what
in the
happens,
dirt.
basically. So she goes on the run, obviously comes back. There's her getting involved with the resistance or the rebels for the first time.
Okay.
So it's like her introduction to the rebels, and then coming back and obviously kind of leading the fighting force again.
And kicking some
Most
butt.
of the book, she is in seclusion, so she's not purposely not using her Jedi powers at all. She's not a Jedi, so this is like a direct. It's like directly after the Clone Wars and following the events of Clone Wars. So that's like a part of the book, like.
Yeah.
It leads into it, which I thought was really cool. It's like an extension of that storyline.
Yes. I like that.
And it's not just like some random standalone book. Like a lot is referenced from the show. So in that respect, I thought it was good. Obviously, there was a overriding, like a story presence from whoever's in charge of Star Wars upstairs, like to that author being like, these are the plot points you need to hit.
Sure.
So I appreciated that, and I've said it before. Ahsoka Tano is probably my favorite Star Wars character. So
She's incredible.
Fun spending a little more time with her.
I can't wait until the show comes out.
Yeah, I mean, and the show is going to be set much later.
It is.
Obviously,
Yeah.
Than this, but I enjoyed it. Like I said again, about the first half, I was a little bit on the fence, but overall, with it only being a 7-hour listen, definitely, or probably a 5 to 6 hour read.
Yeah.
Definitely a good one.
Nice.
Now,
Re-
on the second hand, I also then started the audiobook of The Fellowship of the Ring. Decided I was going to listen to all the Lord of the Rings books.
Yeah.
So I started The Fellowship of the Ring, which is, I believe, like a 20-hour book.
It's insane.
It
It is insane to try to listen to that.
I've been commenting to you, so I'm almost done now with the book. Well, how many hours was it? 9 hours in, they were still in the Shire.
Yeah. They hadn't left. No, you were 12 hours in and they were.
They're at Bree, I think.
Yeah, okay.
14 hours in, they're still at the Council of Elrond.
Oh, my Lord.
But then it picks up, the action picks up quite a bit. Now, there are some mild differences with the movie, but not a lot. It's pretty close.
I'd always heard that Jackson stayed very close to the source material.
There's some
with the
very
movies.
strikingly different things. There's a whole huge section that's completely taken out of the movies that's very interesting, and it's involving this character called Tom Bombadil.
But that's all in the Shire, right?
No, it is. It's like the old forest. So
Oh, I thought he cut down a lot. I had read before that he cut down a lot in the Shire, obviously, and expanded kind of like
Yeah.
the journey.
So in the Shire, there's a lot more in the Shire. Obviously, they're kind of going through the Shire a lot more, being pursued by the Nazgul.
Yeah.
And remember the part where they get in that farmer's garden when they're
Yes,
leaving the Shire?
when they're leaving.
There's more of that. That farmer plays a bigger role. He helps them quite a bit.
Oh,
And then after that, they go to this forest. And I don't remember if it's basically gets saved by this Tom Bombadil, which at first is a super annoying character because he's always singing. So the audiobook is kind of difficult because there's lots of singing
Yeah.
and lots of poems that you would probably skip through if you were reading it. But interesting character. You don't really know what he is. Like, is he a Maya like Gandalf, or
Sure.
is he even higher than it? Is he a Valar, which is like a god?
Mm-hmm.
He says that he's been there since before the first raindrop fell, before the first acorn fell. So he's been at Middle Earth since before Middle Earth was Middle Earth.
So he's got to be.
My interpretation is that he lives in this forest. It's called the Old Forest, I think. I think maybe he is like the personification of the forest, or the personification
That makes so much more
of
sense.
nature.
Yeah, that makes
Kind
a
of like
lot
a
of
nature
sense.
god. So it's interesting because he is the only character in the entire Lord of the Rings universe that can handle the ring. He holds the ring. He takes it from Frodo. He plays with it. He puts it on. It does not
Doesn't
make
do
him
anything.
invisible. It does nothing to him. He plays little tricks with it. It has no hold over him whatsoever. He can freely take it and give it. He gets,
Yeah, so he's not a physical entity of any sort.
I don't know. I mean, I think he must be some. But when they go to the Council of Elrond, then, like Frodo brings it up, he's like, well, surely we can just
Give it to Tom.
give it to Tom. Give Tom the ring.
Give the old bombastic
That's
Bombadil.
exactly what he says. And Gandalf's like, no, we can't do that. He's like, well, why?
He can't leave the woods, can
He
he?
can't leave the woods, or he won't leave
Yeah.
the woods, is what he says. But then he's like, well, great. He can have the ring in the middle of the woods and
Just keep it forever.
keep it forever. And they're like, he won't care enough to keep it forever. Like, he just won't care.
Okay.
It means nothing to him. All the trials,
Everything
and
that you're going
tribulations,
through means nothing
It means
to what.
nothing to him.
Yeah,
So it's very much a godlike character.
that's wild. I like that.
I did too. I mean, eventually.
I
But
can't-
it's hard to get through at the beginning, but
Can't wrap my head around the amount of time and just massive, like, brain power to create this,
for sure.
to create the world of
Oh, yeah, 'cause
hobbits
they're like-
and the Lord of the Rings and Middle Earth and just,
Glimion, son of Gladriel, son of Gilfalial.
and just a lot of people have said that about
He created a whole language.
exactly. But then a lot of people have said that about George R.R. Martin.
Not even close to the same thing.
He's created a huge world and a language in High Valyrian. He created a language there. But yeah, that's what I was going to say is it's not even close
No.
to what Tolkien has done with Lord of the Rings.
The depth of the mythology is impressive.
He's just written whole stories, whole books about the mythology
Yeah.
and just like where it all comes from.
So what jumps out at me? Well, first of all, the whole thing with like Boromir dying doesn't happen in the book.
No?
So I don't know if it's going to happen later. Maybe I'm not there. They're through the Mines of Moria. The Mines of Moria were very similar.
Okay.
And now they're in the Lotharia forest or whatever it is, where he meets Galadriel
Yeah.
and her husband. He just is meeting Galadriel now. So that part's different and more. There's a lot more description. I read those books for more or less, or skimmed through them when I was in high school, but I don't really remember.
My problem with them was always the description.
You know, I thought that too, but it's not that bad, the descriptive parts of it. What it is pretty much 100% all the time dialogue. It's characters talking to each other all the time.
Really?
And it's impressive because, and that's what I guess I had forgotten. I guess I kind of thought of it when I had read it the last time. It's very descriptive and more as like an encyclopedia or like a textbook.
Yes.
It's not like that at all. It's very, very narrative, but it's all dialogue. It's all characters talking to each other. And I know, having written stuff, that dialogue is the hardest part. And some of this dialogue is so impressive. It's so like natural and so good that, and obviously this guy was in the 40s.
Yeah.
So a lot of it's dated sounding, but
take that with a grain of salt though, because you're in a whole completely different world.
right. And it's curious too. A lot of the characters are, so Aragorn is very different than he is in the movies. In the movies, he very much takes the arc of like the hero's journey.
Yeah.
He's not as big of a character in the book. He's definitely like a heroic figure, but he's not as big of a character. Gandalf is a large presence in the book, but Gimli and Legolas, they're definitely there, but they're not as big of a thing in the
Right.
books.
They had to put people in the forefront for a movie.
Legolas doesn't seem in the book to be like this super heroic. Like
Elf.
he's like Superman in the freaking movies.
Right, he is. The elves are.
He's more of like kind of like a dainty figure. And Gimli, he doesn't have as much to do in the books so far. The elves, you can tell from Tolkien's writing that he like was obsessed with elves. So like the elves are like little angelic beings, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And he just had this like wild reverence for them, almost like
A love affair.
yeah, almost like that.
Yeah.
For sure. And they were this very, you don't get that feeling so much in the movies.
No, you do obviously get the portrayal of them being better than, you know what I mean? Like they live longer, they're more
They live
capable. Yeah, they're more capable. They're beautiful. Like
Yeah.
they do look
Feminine.
feminine and kind of angelic
Yeah.
in the movies. You know what I mean?
You get that feeling more so in the books, though. So there's plenty of differences, but nothing serious. I think the plot points are basically the same. I wish they kind of would have done more with like the whole Tom Bombadil thing, but I don't know how they would have done it. I feel like the movies did a really good job of condensing,
Like surmising
and
what
making
everything
it
was about.
action figure packed. They changed Aragorn's story and Boromir's story and a lot of these people's stories, but most of it kind of for the better.
Yeah.
And we'll see when I
Well-
go. I'm gonna I'm gonna listen to all three of them.
You are.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have enough time left in Harvest to
No,
do it?
no way.
I was gonna say.
I mean, the problem too is with this book, you kind of zone out.
Right.
You might zone out.
That
for
would be
20,
my
30
problem.
minutes, and then you're like, oh fuck, I've been listening, and then you got to go back.
I wouldn't go back.
Sometimes I don't, but sometimes you want to. I will say the movie
Because you'd be able to remember. Can't you remember? You would hear the story and be like, "Oh yeah, I remember they did this and this."
yeah, I will say the story picks up a lot when they get to like the Mines of Moria. But overall, it's hard to listen to something when you've seen the movie because you know what's happening. You know what's going to happen.
Right.
So that's what makes it a little more difficult. But I've decided like I'm going to trudge through and I'm going to do it because I care.
Good
like I
luck
want
to
do
you. I don't know. I couldn't do that. But we got to hurry up. We got 6 minutes.
it. Oh, so yeah. Well, I'll let you do something.
I've been reading 2 books, but not very actively. Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman, and a Brandon Sanderson what am I saying? Starts with a T. Has 3 books in it.
Trilogy?
Trilogy. I could not think of that word. A Brandon Sanders trilogy called Mistborn. It's great. Fantasy. It's like world building. But then there's all the same things that I've been watching the last few weeks. Welcome to Wrexham, Rings of Power.
I started watching Welcome to Wrexham. I watched the first 2 episodes. It's wonderful.
It is wonderful, right?
It makes you feel so good.
That's why I said it's like the live action, like, well, I mean, the other Ted Lasso's live action, but it's like the real version of Ted Lasso.
I mean, it's not as good as Ted Lasso.
No,
don't get crazy here, but it's.
I'm just saying it's got a similar vibe where, especially when you need to watch more because you get more involved with the team.
Yeah, I do like how
later
they have a. They both are very.
They're only 30-minute episodes.
Humble.
Yes.
Like they're very much like we, and part of it's probably an act. Don't get me wrong.
Ryan
a lot
Reynolds
of it's probably
is an
an
act. Ryan Reynolds has so much money, and I think it's so funny that Rob, like, just plays off of that. He's like, we didn't need TV show money. We needed like movie star money. He's like, well, we needed like phone company money. He's like, no, we needed alcohol company money or whatever he keeps saying.
I think that gin company is like massive.
Aviation Gin, I think it is
he's
too.
like a billionaire.
I'm pretty sure he's cusping that.
Yeah, for sure. Because they do talk about it a lot. It's funny. Anyway, let's move on. Watch it, though.
Yeah, Welcome to Wrexham is awesome. I actually haven't watched the most recent episode, but I'm sure it'll be wonderful. And I just found out this year they're actually like in the running for like top place, like first or second. So that's really good. Rings of Power. I thought the last episode was relatively slow. Did you watch it?
Last episode
has more with the Harfoots in it, and it's got to be a Maya. We don't know who he is. That old guy with the beard.
Old guy with a beard.
The old big guy with the beard with the Harfoots.
Oh yeah.
That you think is Gandalf, but he's not
creepy
Gandalf.
Other elf dudes that burn all their stuff down.
Yeah.
What's up with those guys?
I don't know, and then he tries to fix that tree. He like screams at the tree, branches fall down,
but he does
crush
fix
2
it.
people. Does. You just, I don't know. It was kind of a boring episode to me.
No, I liked it. I liked the episode. I liked it a lot, actually.
I like it. It just didn't do anything for me.
I love this show.
It's a phenomenal show.
I'm so sick of people hating on this show.
Oh, I think that's past, isn't it?
I just don't ever want it to be over.
People were hating on it in the beginning.
It's almost over. There's only a couple more episodes.
Yeah, and then there's another season.
In 2 years.
2 years?
Probably.
No. They'll be on it.
They're filming now. Or they're not filming, but they ordered it, right?
I bet you
it's for sure happening. I saw an announcement about it. Season 2 is for sure happening.
I bet you end of 23 it's out.
I hope so. I love it.
I hope so too.
And all of the little things, like I actually agreed at first, like the girl who plays Galadriel, I'm like, she's not a very good actor.
She's good.
She's great.
I've always liked her.
I like how stoic she is.
So that's the character.
It is the character.
I mean, that is the character, and she was playing it great in the beginning because she's so serious about her mission.
Yeah.
And doing what her brother couldn't do, and she has to finish this, and she's not going to take no bullshit from anyone.
Yeah.
And no for an answer.
I did think it was a little bit cheesy at the end when they say, like, they're basically showing Mordor and they're like the Southlands, and then they change it to Mordor. And I'm just like, well, that's really cheesy for this kind of a movie.
I agree.
Or show.
Yeah.
But whatever. I enjoyed it. There's one coming out tonight. I'm going home to watch it immediately.
Yeah. So I've watched that. It's great. I didn't like the last episode as much as you did. I was kind of bored through it. House of Dragons. I know you don't care for it, but the last episode was wonderful.
The last episode was great.
It's building. You saw it?
Emmy award-winning performance from Viserys
Yes.
Targaryen.
It is incredible what that man was doing.
Yeah, incredible. Really good. The show slowed down, and it did kind of start to lose me. But I will say, it keeps taking these time jumps, and this was another, maybe 6-year time jump. I did enjoy seeing the kids a little older.
And they did it on purpose to get the kids into adulthood.
Yeah,
young adulthood.
I'm kind of excited now to see what happens. I love the relationship between Rhaenyra and Daemon,
Yes.
even
And
though
did
they're
you see
uncle and
right
niece. But
niece and uncle? Do you see like the foreshadowing of it? I guess it's foreshadowing kind of with Damon and the other kid from is it Aegon? It's Aegon.
no, it's the other one. No, it is
It's
Aegon.
Aegon. He looks like Matt Smith somewhat. He's kind of got a long chin, the long hair.
What about him?
They're the same person basically. So like what Damon
The guy
was,
with one eye.
yes, what Damon was as a young kid, like or younger, was angry, fought all the time. They're both heralded for their awesome fighting ability, and it's talked about. And there's literally one scene where Damon like stands up. It's at that dinner, and that Aegon's getting ready to leave, and he passes by him, but he stands there, and they're like looking at each
I
other.
don't think it's Aegon. It's the other one.
It's the kid with the whatever his name is with the eye patch.
That's not Aegon. Aegon is the firstborn. That's the secondborn.
Okay, what's his name then? Aragorn.
They're Viserys' sons, right?
Yes,
With Alicent.
correct.
Gosh dang it. How do I even find this?
Viserys' kids.
That's what I did.
Oh, well then they should tell you.
Viserys kids in House of Dragons.
But either way, it's just they're literally like the same character, and he's looking at him. Aemond Targaryen.
Aegon is the other one.
Yeah, Aemon Targaryen. But they're, I don't know. It's just really cool how you could see it in this one scene where Matt Smith is standing there, or Daemon Targaryen standing there looking at him like, I've seen this before. Like, I lived it. And because he calmed down a lot, obviously from what he was earlier in the show and earlier in his life. And he's just looking at this kid.
Killing
As
it,
like,
man.
he's so
Matt
wonderful.
Smith is killing it.
When this show first started, I was like, I don't necessarily like this character. I didn't like
at all.
the way he was playing it. I didn't know how it was going to be. Holy smokes. He
The
is
only
wonderful.
one I don't like is Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra, yeah.
I do not like that actress at all.
I'm not a big fan. I think she's doing fine, and it's serviceable for the part, but
I think it's
she's-
regrettable that they went towards the storyline of Alicent accidentally heard her talk about the dream of Aegon, and then she's going to be confused, and now all this is going to be from confusion.
I was upset when that happened, when he was telling her about it, in that like fever dream that he was having. Yeah, that bothered me too. I don't necessarily care for that. It was frustrating.
It reminds me of some things that happen in The Last Kingdom, where like accidental mishaps keep happening because of lacks of communication.
Yes. Which at the time, though,
I understand it's a real thing. It's just annoying to watch play out because you are able to see all sides of it.
and you already know, and it's so frustrating
Yes.
that now you have to sit through these people
Making these mistakes.
making the mistakes and having to try to figure it out when you've already figured it out and known about it.
How about Damon cutting that dude's head straight off?
Right above his upper jaw or lower jaw. Incredible.
Incredibly
loved it.
gross, but yes.
Oh, it's not. I mean, it's what happens, man. You don't get to talk that way. Okay?
Okay.
Do you remember what he was saying?
Yeah, no. He called those
You don't
kids
get to-
bastards.
And her
Or
can't say that
no.
in front of all them people. It's the right move. It's the right move.
I think it's crazy.
You take his
that
head off.
All this is going on, but Laenor, he's still alive somewhere, boning dudes.
Yeah. For 6 years.
Yeah.
Just on his own.
He's in like Bravos, right?
That guy won.
Did he? He
Yeah.
gave up his kingdom. He was going to be the king.
But he gets to hide. He
He's
didn't
gonna-
want to be the king
He was going to be the king and the heir to.
of Driftwood, right?
Driftwood.
Yeah.
Who wants Driftwood?
Nobody. Do you go and like get Driftwood often?
I guess it's.
Nobody wants to live in a town that just is rounded by waves.
How come these places weren't in Game of Thrones, the other Game of Thrones? I don't remember
'Cause
Driftwood.
No, it'll be taken over in ruined.
By who?
Someone.
Hmm.
Probably destroyed.
Who takes over Driftwood?
Where does it go? King's Landing probably just takes it over and calls it something different.
Because there's no Valerians left, right?
Well, there's Valerian blood left. That's the Targaryen bloodline.
Yeah, Jon Snow.
Well, yes.
Because he's the son of a Targaryen.
Yeah. But he's a bastard.
Bastard.
And
Anyway, House of Dragons. It's still worth watching.
I love
enjoy
it.
I just don't think it's on the same level as Rings of Power.
No.
Andor, I'm trying. I keep not that it's okay. I want incredible what they're doing with this show. I think it's so cool what they're making in the Star Wars universe. It's so different. I absolutely
But how do you
cannot
know?
give because I'm 3 episodes in.
Oh, okay.
I can't get past how awesome the soundtrack is and how
Yeah.
it's not a classical score.
Yes.
The soundtrack like drives this show, in my opinion. It's super good. It's super interesting. I just can't I haven't had any energy at the end of the day, so I turn it on and I immediately fall asleep. And I've watched episode 2 maybe 5 times
Oh my God.
because I never remember where I was at when I fell asleep.
So you haven't even got, have you seen you've seen the battle in the town then?
Yeah, I've seen episode 3.
And that's where, yeah.
Really good episode.
4 and 5.
Episode 3 might be one of the best Star Wars things.
It is wonderful.
I think this show, I don't even want to say, though, it's one of the best Star Wars things because it doesn't feel like a Star Wars thing at all.
I know it doesn't feel that way, but it is part of the world. The thing is, it's like I've said before, it's so far removed from the storylines that we've seen because it's outer world people that were living their lives that they never talked about. You know, it wasn't the main storyline of Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's like being on the front lines of a war when everybody else is at home. You don't know what's going on at home. You're at the front lines of this war, and that's where the story's taking place. Now, we're removed from the front lines. We're taken back home to where people are just living and having to live with
I love that
an
it's just
empire that's
a
coming
small
around.
story. Like, it's not that it's small, but it's not like,
It gradually will become bigger.
for sure. But it's not like it's, yes, exactly what you're saying. It's not like the whole universe isn't hinging on this.
No.
This is just something that's happening in a universe.
Yes.
But every other story you get, even in like Rings of Power and all these other things, like everything is hinging on the main storyline.
And this one doesn't.
No.
It's just this one character that happens to get wrapped up in something and realizes like, okay, I can do this to try to save myself, and eventually will get wrapped into the rebellion.
I mean,
Or is wrapped into the rebellion.
essentially,
now, but
all of it does hinge on Cassian and his
down the line.
compatriots.
Yes.
Compatriots.
Compatriots, yeah.
Because none of it happens if not for Rogue One.
And that's down the line once he gets involved. But it's starting in a place where he comes from nothing important. You know, it's like having a war, let's say in Russia and Ukraine, and you come over to Indiana, start talking to a guy, and all of a sudden he meanders over there and saves everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
Been in this fight since I was 6 years old.
It's very good. That's good acting.
I'm gonna tell you what, Rogue One is so good. There's so many good moments. I posted a bunch of them on TikTok. Some of the best moments. They just get you all like
I know.
riled up inside,
That's why it's the best Star Wars
ready
movie.
to fight.
It's better than Empire.
It's the best Star Wars movie.
It's Rogue One, then Empire.
I think I agree.
You didn't for a while.
It can go either way.
It can go either
One
way.
or one or the other.
It depends on which one you're watching at the time.
And they're different. They're different things. Like there's
They
things
are.
about Empire that are so fun and so awesome. Like everything on Hoth.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's just a fun, great movie. Rogue One isn't a fun movie. Like it's intense.
It's just intense the whole time, and sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nobody's watching us, which is fine because we're a podcast.
Yeah, we're a podcast, and we're well over time. So
We're over time.
I don't have anything else I've been watching. I covered that. I mean, unless you want me to talk about Survivor.
No, we're good.
Okay. Because I can talk about Survivor.
No.
I'm going to get on that show. I'm going to apply. I'm going to send in videos.
You will never get on that
I'm
show.
getting on that show. How could I not?
How could I not? What do they probably get 1 million people?
I'm 1 in a million, bud.
I think everybody's in their like 20s on that show, aren't they?
No.
No?
Do you watch it, Chris?
I don't watch it because I don't care.
I do. I watch it all the time. There are multiple people that are in their 40s, 50s.
All right,
on there all
we'll
the time.
start a petition.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah, we'll do it.
We need a petition for me to be on Survivor, and I need to actually apply.
So that's it. Congratulations to our Snarf Talk coloring contest winners, which are
Ruthie Steffes
Ruthie Steffes and June McDonald.
and June McDonald. Yes,
Congratulations.
adult and child, even though they're both actually children. Congratulations.
For Snarf Talk this week,
Hang on, let me make sure I'm on the right thing here. Okay, now you can go.
for Snarf Talk this week, I've been Chris.
I am Jerry.
See ya.